Oh, you know what? I think I decided after this series, I'm going to take the White Sox to win the AL. How you feel about that? You frozen? Oh, I forgot. You think I'm mushing the White Sox.
The news. I'm in a cup chair, chat.
I know.
It's like
I don't think we.
I bet the under and faded Messi with Krabs. This is fucked.
What makes a finger blast a reversed finger blast?
How about I just show you? I went like this on my comforter. I was like pointing down.
I'm going to gift you a sub right now. It's $5.99. I'm going to pay it. I did it from the Book It Twitch. So Book It just paid for it. Are you standing or sitting? You want me to comment on? I'll comment on fucking everything. I'll comment on the glare on the TV in the background.
I fucking hate hardos, dude. I hate hardos. All the fucking people in your comments about the lattes, and they're so fucking cool because they drink black coffee and fucking IPAs. Oh my God, I hate hardos, dude.
Check. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the board review. Monday, August 3rd. Do you know what August is, Steak? Do you know? I mean, you know what August is. I'm not trying to sound all cliche and everything, but doesn't the word August just kind of feel like synonymous with football? Doesn't it feel like that? Like August, when I hear August, when I see August, AUG, when I see 8, I just think football is on the horizon. I think training camp mostly. I think preseason. But nevertheless, we still have some baseball that is going on like crazy. I was a baseball guy this weekend. I got my nuts kicked in. I'm really running out of steam, but I'm going to keep trying. How was your weekend?
I bet baseball too. I haven't stopped betting baseball, but I also wouldn't call myself a baseball guy. I do enjoy watching it, but man, it is fucking difficult to gamble on. I did close out yesterday with a winner because it took the Red Sox money line, but
there you go.
I've had more success with PLL than I have with baseball.
Oh yeah, nice. You dabbled in PLL. Shout out Krabs. I think he went on yesterday and sweated out one of the games. I think it was it the Redwoods or the Whip Snakes?
Redwoods played yesterday. They won.
Okay. I'm getting better with it. At least I know it's the Denver Outlaws. It's the Maryland Whip Snakes. I know the Philly Water Dogs. I haven't seen them talked about at all this season. That's who I was going to be.
Who's New York's team?
Atlas.
Yeah. You're better than I thought you would be.
Well, I have the shirt. I should know that, even though I tried to switch to be a Water Dogs guy. I still got the Atlas shirt. What is the Redwoods?
California.
Oh, duh. Yeah. Fuck. I was going to say like Portland, and then I was like, wait a minute. That would have been pretty good, right?
Here's my question. What in the world is a whip snake?
A whip snake. What in the world is a whip snake? It's probably, well, this is a really good question. I don't know. What is a whip snake? This is a good question.
Absolutely no fucking idea. And Goots isn't here, of course.
No, Goots is not here. He was not here to give us the old pat on the ass before we ran out of the locker room onto the field to start our day. But here we go. I can explain it. Goots, good to see you. Goots is going to have a day today. Goots has got the spotlight on him. I mean, I'm not throwing Goots under the bus here, but Goots I guess he had a tweet that got some pushback, but he was going at it in the Book It group chat, which was very fun to wake up to and play some catch up on. But Goots had a take on this Scooball to the Dodgers trade. I'm sure we all had our thoughts and our opinions, and we're going to talk about that. So, guys, this is what we have planned. First of all, before we get into today's itinerary, there are some subs that came in. Estudio Esto. Goddamn, can I write this off on my taxes? 26 months. Swizz has been subbed for that was 5 minutes ago, for 3 months on Prime. Shout out Swizz. Little shoot 'em up for 7 months. 7 months, man. Where did the time go? Steak Friend gave out 5 subs. Shout out Steak. Scum Beezy. Damn, I'm going to miss these streams while I'm on deployment. 18 more days. Thank you for your service. Enjoy it while you can. Matt Lat 30. Don't see his name too often, with a 305 stream streak. 305 stream streak. Shout out Matt Lat. Always in here on the Book It Sports Twitch page. He said, bang. Mr. Shrimpy missed got a 20 stream streak, and then Tailing Dawes came in here and said, happy anniversary, Book It. Dom Smooth with a 10 stream streak, and we have a Hype Train level 3 to start off the week. We absolutely love to see that. Is it the Book It anniversary? Was that been made announced?
I don't know. We should have been.
I'm an idiot. He's been sub for 12 months.
his anniversary.
Yeah,
Happy anniversary, Tailing Dawes.
Correct. I would be curious to know when was Bookit's inception? Like, when did they start? Do they have like a birthday? How many years have they been going? When do you remember when you followed Trent?
When I followed him on this Twitch?
No, on Twitter, dumb fuck.
No, I don't.
I think I followed Trent. This could be crazy. I think I started following Trent when was it when the fucking Rays went to the World Series? I think it was 2020 or 2021. I feel like I had COVID and I was watching the Rays or something like that. But I remember Trent when he had like 30 or 40,000 followers.
You get in there and you make this about the Rays.
Yeah. Did they win, Jeff? Can't remember. Get fucked, Goots. No, but I remember Trent. He was taking a bet. This was at the time. It was like the contrarian glory days. And I like Trent. I followed Trent. I'm pretty sure I remember. My memory is crazy. I remember the most random things. I'm pretty sure I DM'd Trent and he was about to take like, I don't know, the fucking the Cowboys -3 on like prime time. And I'm like, oh no, it's going to be the Giants or something. And I DM'd Trent and I was like, Trent, love your content, but you're always too public. You got to try to bet against what everybody's betting on. And he just replied like, thanks for the support, brother. Book it.
I feel like I probably tried telling him the same exact thing.
Yeah. I did try. But then fast forward, you don't want to listen to my advice. And then Trent, I believe last season went on a 16-0 primetime streak. So would you look at that? How things come full circle.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. Nice hat, by the way.
Public ass NFL.
Is that a Seattle Mariners hat?
That is a Seattle Mariners hat.
It's crazy you're wearing that being a White Sox fan and they just beat the Rays yesterday. But nevertheless, it's a really, really nice hat. What's up? What's underneath? Is that camo? I like that hat. Oh my God. And there's no sticker. There's no sticker.
There's no sticker, dude.
Amazing. What made you do that with that hat?
Something bad must have happened to the sticker. I don't know. My dog might have got to
it. Maybe you wore it out in a hurricane or something like that. Hat guy first, Sox fan second. Actually, very well said. Yes. T-bone steak. Yep. Actually, it is about 4 years since I followed you, Jeff. Wow. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right.
I will say this. I was late to the surgical stream. I didn't get to watch it during COVID. I really wasn't even on Twitter during COVID, but there was like 3 years ago when I started doing Dog of the Day, people would DM me and say, Trent's bitching about you on the surgical stream. And then I would go log in to the Book It Twitch and Trent would be like, fuck, who the fuck is Steak Friend? Fuck Steak Friend, man. And that was the first time I consistently started watching it.
Yep. I remember tuning in to the surgical stream. I guess it started on TikTok, but I watched it and listened to it on Twitch. I thought it was really good. I think something changed for me. It like ran its course a little bit, but also I just ended up getting busier at that time it was on. And I just listened to BTL. And like, after that, I kind of didn't really pay as much attention, but I always thought Trent did a great job. The idea was a great job. And I remember going on surgical stream. And the first time I started coming on, I had at least made my presence on BTL first, I think, because I met Krabs and Jovan in like Twitter spaces, but I came on. I don't know if anybody remembers this. And I was giving underdogs in the NHL. And I was given the +1.5 on like big dogs. It was when the favorites were like -200, -210. I went on a 9-1 run. And I remember I clipped it. I kept going on. I clipped it. And then Trent like retweeted it. And it was like, oh, Degen's fucking on fire or something like that. I think I got like 500 or 600 followers just from that alone. So on that note, thank you to Trent for putting together the surgical stream and the platform, helping a bunch of people get some exposure and everything like that. That was great. It was peak when it was all book plays instead of PP squares. Yeah, fair enough. BK just texted me. I don't know what he said. He said, yeah, I can't do that. I don't know what he's talking about. W Trent. Islanders ladder is what I'll always remember. Thank you, Trent. I don't remember that.
Let's put BK on blast. If it's in the group chat, no, it's not in the group chat.
No, he texted me.
Biev.
What did he say? Oh, we had a funny conversation yesterday, Steak. I asked BK because he obviously he hit an outright. Congratulations, everybody who had Thor Bjornsson. But we were gonna, or I was gonna give him some credit, and I clip things when I make fun of him or when we're making fun of each other. And I clipped myself with the outright the week before with Koivan. And so he was like, oh, you're not going to clip that bitch. But I was out with my wife and I just hadn't had the time I really was going to. And he goes, I'll clip it for you. And I go, do you know how to do that? And he goes, what are you talking about? Do I know how to do that? Of course I know how to do that. And I was like, well, you'd be really surprised. Oh no, I'm lagging. Fuck.
Yeah, Chad, is that Jeff Sunday or is that Steak Friends on the lag?
No, that's me.
What happened to your Wi-Fi?
Dude, I don't know. It keeps fucking up really bad out of nowhere. Maybe I have to go back to the hard wire, or maybe I have to call him to come out. Any better?
I mean, yeah, you've been fine.
Really.
We'll get through it, I think.
Okay, I can hear Jeff good, but it's a fuzzy camera. All right, I just closed my browser. I had Twitch up, so now I don't see anything. It looks better to me. Can you hear and see me okay?
Yes.
Okay, there's a little bit of a delay, but we'll work through it. But anyways, he was like, do you mean can I screen record? Like, I was asking him a stupid question. I was like, well, you'd be surprised how long it took Steak to turn his fucking phone on Do Not Disturb to figure out how to screen record. And then he sent me the clip, but I put it through CapCut and I trimmed out the dead space. And he was like, oh, good job cutting the dead air. I was like, yeah, you don't know how to do that, do you? And he said, no, I don't. So that is what I need all you motherfuckers to step your game up on. If you're making content in the space, we got to be able to know how to trim dead air.
So me and BK are essentially on the same level.
Correct. And we're gonna have a little tutorial on the back nine whenever you and I go golfing with him and Biev. So BK intercepted. Yep. Degen tried his best, but Kanji really put on a rack. Luca points. Yeah, that's funny. For dude pushing 40, Jeff is pretty tech savvy. Thank you, Sports Clown. I will give my wife credit for things because I've leaned on her for so much in the past where she has been like, you know what, figure it out. And I'm like, fuck. So like with Twitch and TikTok, Discord, I'm like, I'll just figure it out. That CapCut shit took me a while though. A lot of trial and error. I still don't really know how to do the templates, but I feel like there's some real potential to figure out templates in the CapCut. But anyways, thank you very much, Sports Clown. Jeff is the new human rain delay with his internet. Yeah, that's true. Steak versus Biev and arm wrestling competition. Ooh.
I would win. I would win. I'm not the best arm wrestler. I'd rather just wrestle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you'd probably.
Arm wrestling's a lot about technique. They act like it's about strength, but it's a lot about technique.
Yeah, you're right. It is kind of a lot about technique. I think that would be good. I think Biev still had me blocked, so I cannot promote the Biev versus BK matchup. But there is a graphic, and the graphic looks great. So I don't know. Biev went on this tangent of like trying to force content of being pissed off at me with the Akshay Bhatia thing. So I think he's probably still leading into that. But as soon as he takes me off, I will be happy to promote this because I think it's going to be phenomenal content.
You are still blocked?
Yeah, I think so. I blocked him.
Let's check right now. I need to know that if you're still blocked for Akshay Bhatia because he's got to get it together.
All right, let me see. Yes.
Oh God, this fucking guy.
Do you have some comments on the Akshay Bhatia?
It was the worst fake outrage that I've ever seen. It was so stupid, and he was getting absolutely drilled in the chat on the Yap. You've never seen so many people have Jeff Sunday's back. I mean, it is the most amount of people I've seen have Jeff Sunday's back, saying that he can't be mad at you about that. And he kind of even admitted it, but you're still blocked. Just Jesus Christ, BitBoy. Dude.
I don't get it. BitBoy is right. Yeah. And it can't come from me. It has to come from other people. This is what I've told BK. I'm glad that you're saying this. I don't know where the like fuck Jeff Sunday thing came from.
You want me to tweet it right now? I'll tag him in a tweet right now.
Yeah. But you know what was hilarious? And I don't know that he's watching. I hope he is, but I doubt he is. I remember when I said when I called into the Yap, I said this is forced content. And Biev had said at the time, he said, what do you mean it's forced content? I haven't even tweeted about it. And then once the parlay lost, I believe he tweeted 3 times about it. So it's like, yeah, you couldn't see that fucking coming from a mile away.
Dude.
People still in Fox, Jeff Sunday's foxhole nowadays. Jamie Lau said he went on a 2-week European vacation. I wonder if he came in with a different attitude back to the board review, or if he's still going to come in with weird energy.
2 weeks in Europe. Wow, what a long time. It's crazy how people want to stay for a while once they fly all the way over there.
That's a little bit different when you probably go with your family and when you go on a guy's trip.
Who Jamie Lau's with, but listen.
That is true.
Listen. Hey, Shady Beep, time to unblock Jeff Sunday, BitBoy. We got a golf match to promote. Post.
Yeah.
Everyone go retweet it. Bring it to his doorstep.
You want me to retweet it?
Yeah, you don't need to because he won't see it anyways.
That kind of makes me look a little thirsty, doesn't it?
Nah, I don't know if thirsty is the word I'd use.
What word would you use? You're good at this stuff.
Are you getting excited for Pick It at the Park?
Yeah, I am. Someone said PATP, and it took me a second. I was like, what the fuck is that? Pick It at the Park. Yep. I am excited. And I you know what? I'm glad how proud you are of me for shutting that bitch down last year. And it wasn't even really like we had to make a statement. It kind of came pretty natural. But you and I were at Stan's, which is next to Billy's, when everybody left. All these fucking 20-year-olds who all talk a big game on the internet. Oh, you can't stay up past 10. Oh, you can't chug a beer. Motherfuckers get out there in real life, and you know what they are? Bunch of bitches.
You want to know who's on my hot seat?
Ooh, I can't wait.
I'm going to call them out right now. They come on after us. Jovan Deeb. I want to see some heart out of Jovan. I want to see the drinks going back. I want to see you hanging out before and after. I don't want you going back to the hotel after the game. You're the youngest fucking kid in this space. I want to see some heart out of you, Jovan. I want to see some fucking drinks. And you're a big-ass dude. 15 drinks. I want to see 15 drinks go down. La
Barbera says, Steak, your tweet says bit, not bitch. I think bit is on point. Is on purpose, right?
Yeah. Well, that's my call out. Probably the only time in my life I'll ever call out Jovan for anything. Put up or show.
All right. Well, since we're calling people out, I don't really have anybody in mind, obviously, other than Biev, but I can think of somebody. You know what we can do? I can call somebody out.
Yeah.
I can call somebody out.
Do it. Can't be Krabs though.
No. Trent.
Yeah. Ooh.
You know what I want to see from Trent? Trent didn't even do anything to deserve a call out, but just for the sake of like, let's rile some people up. I think we sometimes forget that Trent is the entertaining figure, and I'm not calling him like a mega celebrity or an A-lister by any means, but when it comes to sports betting, in the sports betting space, especially on Twitter, would you agree that Trent is in the upper echelon of personalities?
Of course, silly question.
I think we've seen Trent maybe take the summer off a little bit. And that is okay. Truthfully, it is okay. Shut it down, come back very hard for football. But in my opinion, in the world of content that we live in, and I know he just went to Fanatics Fest, and I know he just went to a card show, but in my opinion, Trent is the entertaining guy, the fun dude everybody loves to shit on, but also rub elbows with. This is a great opportunity for Trent to do some in-person content with some other creators at a sporting event.
Cards. You forgot that one.
That doesn't involve cards. I saw and heard some vintage Trent on the Yap a week or two ago. He was sweating MLB. He was sweating a wager, and he was like, show me in play runs, or show me in play no out. Show me in play no out. I haven't heard that in eons, as they would say.
Yeah.
I want to see some
play runs, though.
Well, yeah, but he wants runs, but also I think there was a fantasy score for a hitter like Pete Alonso or something.
Got it. Okay, got it.
So it was just like, show me in play or no out. I want to see that Trent. That's what I want to see, because these guys are still in the prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think
no excuses. Play like a champion.
Yeah. And so again, this was no calculated call out by any means, but just for the sake of calling out. Here's my one question though. Sure. I don't know if Jovan's a big drinker.
I don't either. I'm gonna ask. I'll ask today on BTL. I have no idea. I always have to remember that people in their 20s, early 20s, don't drink like we used to drink, with the exception of Rav.
Yeah.
Not worried about Rav at all.
Rav, I'm not worried about Rav. I'm really not worried about Biev. I'm not worried about I'm not really worried about anybody down the list. I'm trying to think of everybody else. Oh, Snowman's making an appearance.
Yeah, I've had some beers with Snowman in Chicago. Not worried about him either.
No, obviously the Ramble guys and everything like that. Who isn't drinking? That's true. You did a great job. You were. Oh, Greg's coming.
Greg is a great one. I don't think people even understand how good.
No, people really don't. I think people, when they see Greg on stream, sometimes they realize they're like, "Oh, I like Greg." Greg in person, and especially when you get him out, is a very, very good time. Even with a wife, even with a kid, he's still got that dog in him. He really does. But the problem is this: the dog will run away. Like the dog. If you get that dog off a leash, you might have to put missing posters up. You might have to call some animal shelters to find out where that dog is.
Honestly, if I had to give an MVP of your bachelor party, it would probably be Greg, because you left Orlando and you made a bunch of friends in New York that I think I hadn't met like 3 or 4 of those guys by the time we went to your bachelor party. Everyone was great, but Greg was probably the MVP, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Greg's fantastic. I'll be there. IPA on me, Jeff Sunday. I can't wait to meet Jimmy Lowe in person. Anybody else from the chat going? I know our guy Barty Bart asked me about going. Logistically, doesn't sound like he can. I think that moving forward, something you and I should do, and we will do, because we've realized we have a pretty big following in like the Midwest. A lot of Ohio guys. I mean, we met a lot of Ohio, some pretty, Pennsylvania, shit like that. There was, we met up with Brinks Picks and everything, but I definitely would like to, like when we go do things, try to, get some beers a little bit more often. And we should make it a point to, on our football trips that hopefully we'll be having this fall.
Yeah.
Who's taller, Steak or Hovey? Steak is definitely taller than Hovey. Cito says he might be going. Sage says might be able to go.
Easy. Kind of fucking stray is that? I was just glazing you.
Yep. Snacks was a great time in Baltimore. We had a full fucking day there. Here's a good one. This is an obscure one, Indianapolis. I don't really know much about Indianapolis, but I've heard Indianapolis is like a good host city for sporting events like the Combine, the draft.
It is.
What is it? Host? Not the Super Bowl. What am
Final
I?
Four.
Final Four. Yeah.
It's hosted Super Bowls. It's hosted a little bit of everything.
It has hosted Super Bowls. You're right. Yeah. Everybody says they like it. It's very walkable. All the accommodations and everything is like that right there. So who's taller, LC or Hovey? That's a pretty good one. Mark Sanchez had a great time. He did have a great time. All right. We got some things to talk about. It's 10:25. Good yapping.
Yes.
MLB trade deadline is going bananas right now. Yes. Luis Arias just traded to the Phillies. But let's get ahead of it. Let's start with the big boy. And that was, I believe, Saturday night. Tariq Skubal was traded from the Tigers to the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers gave up 3 prospects. I don't have it up in front of me. Chat, please. We can lean on you. That would be great. But I believe it was their number 4, the number 6, and like number 17 prospects. The guy that I have heard before is River Ryan, which I will say, I don't hate the name. I don't know how you feel about that. River Ryan, I don't mind it. What do you think about that name?
I think it's a bit of a Fortnite fuck name. Like, it's something I would think people our age would name their kids. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was thinking it sounds like hippie parents.
Yeah, sure. Similar.
Yeah. So River Ryan, what's the Zaire White is, I want to say he's the highest rated prospect. And then somebody else, Goods had some thoughts, which I think we'll let him speak on that on BTL. But he was kind of saying that this wasn't a really good return for the Tigers. But then I thought PODP put out a really good video actually saying it wasn't that bad of a return. But the whole conversation that this started, and I've kind of leaned into a little bit, but I'm trying to take a neutral position. I'm trying to hear both sides. I think everybody should do this with everything in life. And it's not just the Dodgers are the bad guys. It's the Dodgers are actually capable of doing this, and they are doing this, and they're not the only team capable of doing this. So shame on the other big dogs, which Pete had pointed out, the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Blue Jays. There are other teams that have money and are choosing not to spend money. So it does suck. and it's unfortunate because the Dodgers are so good and they've just gotten so much better. And it kind of feels like they're a shoe-in to not only make, but win the World Series again. And then if they re-sign Skubal, that sucks even more. Like their rotation is absolutely absurd. But where are you just on like the overall, like, I guess how are you feeling about baseball in general after a trade like this happens?
Well, I think it's lame. Like I think baseball is lame, but I don't blame the Dodgers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
You're blaming the team that has the money to do it and actually trying, but you're not mad at all these teams that won't spend any money. Like I was listening to the Sweats yesterday, and Yale was talking about how he hopes it's something that would cause a minimum spend, so the St. Louis Cardinals would actually have to spend some money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I want to be more mad at teams like that refuse to spend any money than the teams that have the money to spend and actually spend it. It's like, try less hard. You're going for a three-peat. Do everything you can. It makes no sense. I'm more mad at the teams that don't try, but I also want people to remember it's never a guarantee. We were bitching about how stacked the Dodgers were last year. And in all reality, man, the Toronto Blue Jays should have won that series. And the Dodgers are much better than the Toronto Blue Jays. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to a 7-game series. And I don't think it's as much of a shoe. And like, I no offense to DC Betts. I don't even know if it's a joke, but like, I saw him take the Dodgers to win the World Series plus 190 or whatever. Like, I hate that, to be honest. I
agree. I hate that.
At that price when you watch what you watched last year, and like there's a better chance than that a team could lose a 7-game series. So I don't like that angle, but I'll pass on bitching about the Dodgers. It seems like everyone's doing it. It's like bitch about the teams not trying before you bitch about the teams trying. But does make it lame. The Dodgers are probably winning the World Series again. They're probably going to dominate their way through the rest of the season, and it is lame as fuck. I won't be surprised when there's a lockout. I'm just not that upset with the Dodgers.
So I'm not going to pretend like I'm that smart and I really understand how the salaries and everything works in baseball. And again, chat, please feel free to chime in and contribute. But we don't have to spend too much more time on this topic because we're not the biggest baseball guys. But I do want to just throw something out there and make sure I kind of understand this. There is no salary cap in baseball. There is a threat of a lockout next season because the players and the owners cannot. It seems like they are so far apart on a new deal for agreeing on terms. And a big issue is that the owners want to introduce a salary cap, but the players do not, because that means the players will make less money. So far, chat, do I have this right? And what I was getting to by that is saying that I think I heard this, people talk about this on Twitter, on podcasts, is that this is going to shift everybody to be like, oh, now we absolutely need a salary cap so that this doesn't happen. It helps with competitive balance. And now the players who are going to be the ones that hold up the new labor deal probably are the reason that there's a lockout, because they're not going to agree. Everybody's going to be with the owners and against the players. And you usually don't see that happen. Everybody, and myself included, usually think of the owners as like the old rich assholes. You want the players to make their fair share. You root for the players. You bet on the players. Fuck the owners, whatever. This seems like it's kind of unprecedented. So Cam Is Money said I'm cooking. So that sounds like it's kind of right. I guess I'll be really interested to see if this ends up being a really good thing long-term for the sport. And then what I was going to ask on top of that, if there is a salary cap, this could be a very stupid question. If there is a salary cap for next year in the 2027 season, what happens to a team like the Dodgers that has all these players that are owed or deserve or worth a lot of money? Do those players leave, or did they set themselves up in such a good position because they're paying them so little short term that they don't have to worry about it till the back end of their contracts? Because that's all I remember hearing is like, oh, they're going to pay Kyle Tucker $1 million, but then he's going to get $60 million in 4 years. You know what I mean? Like, do I have this right? Do I have that right?
Yes. So let me highlight one comment that kind of intrigued me. I don't care about the salary cap, but they need to get rid of the deferred money component. That's trash.
Yeah.
I had a lot of questions about that. Can every team do that? Like, I saw they're paying Ohtani till 2044 or some shit, and he's only making like $1.9 million this year, actually. Mm-hmm. Can all teams do that? Did the Dodgers unlock some loophole?
No. Well, they exploited the loophole, but apparently other teams can do that.
Okay, so it's another thing the Dodgers are taking advantage of.
Oh, yeah, Bobby Bonilla, right. Okay, so I have one more question. It's a very, very good point. I'm glad you did this. You want to remove that comment, or you just want to leave it up there?
I'll leave it up there.
Okay, so why didn't the Yankees do this? Yep, that's a really good question. My last thing that I want to make sure I understand is, like, in Pete's video, which I thought, again, he did a fantastic job. He brought up the other teams that do have money that decided not to spend money, like the Jays, the Yankees, the Red Sox. And I keep saying the Jays because I keep forgetting that they feel like the little guy, but they're not the little guy. They got deep pockets.
Correct.
But what about other teams? We know the Rays have a shit payroll. We know, like, I don't even know what the White Sox payroll is. Maybe they have awful owners. I don't really know. But, like, the other teams that don't have Dodgers money, Mets money. But the reason why I say that is, do they just not have owners that are rich enough? Or do the teams themselves not make enough money? Because I saw that the Bill Simmons podcast account, it's not the actual account, it's a different account. I retweeted it. There's some, like, TV deal where the Dodgers make like $100 million more a year than anybody else because of this TV deal they have.
Yeah.
So does that give them such an advantage that they can pay so much more money? Because my last question was, because you said it and it made me think of it, can anybody do this, exploiting the deferred money thing? My other thing is, can anybody do this in terms of, can they fucking pay players? Because everybody who owns an MLB team is rich, but are there tiers to rich people? And I know the Dodgers, they have a group of people like Magic Johnson and all these other people. So it's like, does that also kind of seems, I guess, maybe it's unfair? Or if it's not unfair, then we really can't expect the little guys in the little markets to compete with big names like this and pay players like that.
Yeah, and I think Rich A brings up a good point too. So I'll highlight. He said, bottom line is there were contenders that could have traded for a short-term rental to win this year, and they said no. It's a good point. It felt like the Dodgers, because they've won 2 World Series in a row, said, we'll take the gamble. Maybe Tariq Skubal won't re-sign next year. We'll take the gamble. We want a three-peat. That lives on forever when you three-peat in the MLB. So we'll take our chances. Other teams could have done that, and they didn't. And I think that's a very fair point. Also, I think you nailed it. I think you kind of answered your own question throughout the process. But I do think the TV deal is what sets them apart.
Right. The only thing I would push back on a little bit, Steak, is I think that it's less of a gamble for the Dodgers to take him for 2 months because they know they can re-sign him. Whereas, like, the Rays, the fucking
I think Brewers were the one everyone was interested in because you're really good this year. You already have Mizrowski. It'd be the sickest 1-2 punch maybe in MLB history. So they were the one I saw a lot of people saying, like, why won't the fucking Brewers nut up? The Rays are tough. Like, yes, Tariq Skubal is probably not re-signing the Rays.
Right. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So we'll move on. Let's talk about the Rays. They got Freddie Peralta. Let's talk about Freddie Peralta. I gotta admit, I've never really been the biggest Freddie Peralta guy. Maybe that's shame on me. You know, like, maybe that's a guy instead of watching Jared Jones and Christian Scott. Maybe I should have gotten a little bit more familiar with him. Like, I watched Jose Soriano pitch one time. I liked him. I was kind of a Jose Soriano guy.
Didn't he just get traded?
Huh?
Did you see that?
He just got traded to the fucking Blue Jays. We'll talk about him in a second. But, you know, like, there's guys who I just watch pitch and I'm like, I'm kind of into that guy right off the bat. But I know, like anything, music, food, whatever, like, you should give it a chance. Freddie Peralta, what I didn't know, and I'm sure probably you didn't either, the Mets gave up a haul to get Freddie Peralta. Yeah. They gave up some top prospects. Then it didn't work out, but Freddie was also not very good this year. So they sold him not for like pennies on the dollar, but they sold him for far less than they paid for him. As a Rays fan, I guess on a scale of 1 to 10, and I don't know if Jovan's in here, but I'd love to know his opinion as well. I'll hear it on BTL. How excited should I be that Freddie Peralta is now in this Rays already very good rotation? Like, should I be really excited? Should I be lukewarm? What would the feedback be? If you have any, feel free.
Question, so I'll give you my only opinion. The Mets were a dumpster fire, a complete dumpster fire from pretty much the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. And that shit is kind of contagious on a team. I just want to point out, like, Freddie Peralta was not dog shit coming into this year. You can have your opinions on him, but I thought I think everyone, if you're a Mets fan, you're excited about getting him. He was good on the Brewers. The Mets are just a dumpster fire. So do I think getting a change of scenery from the Mets to a honestly really well-ran organization that is known for getting the most out of talent, as opposed to an organization that's known for literally getting the least out of talent. Yes, I like it for Freddie Peralta, but as far as how he'll perform, I can't comment on that.
Well, what about my question specifically? If you're a Rays fan, where are you in terms of like excitement that we got?
7 out of 10.
Okay, that's fair. That's kind of what I expected. Luis Arias just went to the Phillies. That's unfortunate. The Rays do need a bat. Their offense has been lifeless. I don't know if you've seen this, but like the Rays pitching has been unbelievable. What did we beat the White Sox, dude? 1-0 and 2-1 or something?
You only beat the White Sox once.
We didn't win twice?
No.
Oh, you sure?
Another series win for the White Sox, baby.
Yeah, for the White Sox. That's great. All right. The offense has been bad. They need a bat. I really wanted Luis Arias. He felt like a fucking Ray. That's not going to happen. He went to the Phillies. Good for the Phillies. You know what? The Phillies still don't really scare me for whatever reason. I don't know. But the Rays now are rumored to be talking to the Marlins about Kyle Stowers, Liam Hicks, or Xavier. You don't like that?
No, I hate it for the Marlins. Why would the Marlins?
Oh, yeah.
I'm upset with the Nationals for. I know they didn't blow it up, but I don't love that I get the difference between being the White Sox and the Nationals is the Nationals have to play in the NL East, and same for the Marlins. It's obviously a much tougher. You got to get by the Phillies and the Braves, where when you're the White Sox, you could probably win this division being 10 games over 500. But it does suck to see these teams finally showing promise, getting what they wanted out of their prospects, and then selling. Like Luis Garcia is so good, man. He's so good.
You know who runs the Marlins? It was the fucking former front office guy from the Rays went down there like 5 years ago. So it is. I mean, they did a great job putting that team together. Last year they were so much fun. This year they were so much fun. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a bummer if they give up, but as a Rays fan, I would love any of those guys. Personally. So, okay. Yeah. The Blue Jays, what the fuck are the Blue Jays doing? The Blue Jays, I thought they were selling because they got rid of Gosman, which the Cubs get Gosman. I don't know about you. Gosman does not excite me. I'd rather have Freddie Peralta than Kevin Gosman. Could be way off there. Gosman just kind of seems like
How old is he?
That's a really good question. I don't know. If anybody can pull it up, my internet's really slow, so I don't want to pull up any more tabs. But he just kind of felt like a guy who gave it all to Toronto, and maybe he has more left in the tank. I'm not
35.
saying, yeah, I'm very glad that the Rays got Peralta instead of Gosman, if those are two options. I would have preferred Jose Soriano. So it's funny to me that the Rays and the Cubs getting Peralta and Gosman, the Blue Jays are the guy that gets the dude I was most excited about.
Yeah, and he's 27.
That's a great trade for the fucking Blue Jays, but the Blue Jays aren't even contenders. So it's like, isn't it kind of weird that they bought Jose Soriano? Am I crazy here?
Or maybe they really believe that they'll be contenders next year because he's under contract next year too.
Okay. Kaprizov says Jose over Kevin is crazy, Jeff. All right. Okay.
Interesting. Well, we don't know ball, so.
Yeah, that's true. Soriano has control past this year, 2 years. Yeah. Okay. Before we move on, because we are going to preview the ACC.
Really talk about a big one. Did you lose me?
No, you're lagging, but I can hear you. Was it the White Sox trade?
No, it was. They got Luis Castillo. Hold on, I'm gonna come out.
Okay. Jose Soriano. Jays have control for 2.5 years. Yeah. Jose is much better than Gooseman. Yeah, Steak with the perfect hat today. By the way, Big Cheesy, I saw your comment that you were betting the Rays team total over. That's brutal, dude. Luis Garcia. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay. So I've heard some people talk about this, and they said it was a little strange because they're gonna rotate him at first base with Goldschmidt. Is that what I have right?
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see that. I have no idea.
He's gonna play when there's a right-handed pitcher, and then Goldschmidt's gonna play when there's a left-handed pitcher. He's DHing. Okay, so that means he's gonna be in the everyday lineup then.
God, I would hope so.
Got it. Okay. Oh, Ben Rice. Sorry. Yeah. Ben Rice is first base. Okay. Goldie versus lefties, Garcia versus righties. Got it. Okay. So, okay. I don't know what
Garcia will not be in the everyday lineup for the Yankees.
That's a little weird to me.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know ball.
Against lefties.
Yeah. Creates an issue if Stanton comes back though. Yeah. Okay. So isn't
Stanton done?
Yeah, dude, it's unfortunate. I really like Stanton. Let me just ask the chat. I mean, everybody likes Luis Garcia. Do you like the Yankees trade to get Luis Garcia? Because it doesn't, I don't know. Now that I'm hearing all this, it doesn't, it's a little weird. Oh, everybody's saying yes. Resounding yes. Okay.
I feel like he feels like such a fit for a team like the Yankees that need bats so bad.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. All right.
You want to know what the Yankees are to win the World Series? Or you want to guess about that?
I want to guess. So I know I saw DC bets. I'm glad we collab on that. We're big DC bets guys. I did not love that. The plus 190 to 140 to win the World Series now. The second favorite obviously has to be the Brewers.
Nope. The second favorite is the New York Yankees.
Are they
actually insane?
Plus 400?
Plus 550, which I think is just almost ridiculous.
Why would the Yankees be higher favorites than the Brewers?
I mean, well, the Brewers have to get by the Dodgers to even get.
Oh,
it's definitely because of the AL,
right.
Because the Braves, Brewers are the next, and then you got the Rays at 15-1. Also, Krabs is saying they got 4 shit pitchers for. I don't know anything about prospects, so I was going to ask what Nationals got in return, but that sucks. Dude, he was having a fucking insane year.
Yeah, they had to trade him for something. I mean, the Nationals had to do something. Did they? Yeah, I think so.
That sucks. I guess that's what sucks about baseball is like, I get it. Like I said, you're in the division. So you're in that division with the Phillies and the Braves, but they were so much better than expected this year. And it felt like next year could be so much more promising if they could add some pitching, but I get it. You just have to sell at the deadline in that situation.
So they needed pitching. So I guess what they ended up doing was just like, give us all your pitchers. I don't know anybody. I'm not going to pretend to know anybody. But yeah, I hate the Yankees. I've never really backed down from that. I've said that they have players that are less hateable now than they have in the past, but Luis Garcia was a guy where if he's not coming to the Rays, I wanted him to go somewhere else. Like I would have liked him, the Cubs, the Phillies, literally anybody else. So here's my question. Who are the next guys on the big board of trade prospects that we could expect to see today? The trade deadline's got to be what, like 5:00 today or something like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Chat, help us out. Who could get traded today? I saw Ketel Marte mentioned a few times.
Oh, I see what they're saying. I see what Snacks and Krabs is saying. They could have had him next year and try to do a playoff run. Okay.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Are you hear some names?
I'm just reading the cat. I'm reading the chat right now. Robbie Ray is a pretty good one. Yeah. George Kirby, Logan Webb. I do not want Logan
DJ
Webb.
Abrams.
Yeah.
Zach Neto. Taylor Ward. Casey Mize.
Yep.
Mason Miller, I've heard thrown around. Yep. Not what's going to happen.
I guess we don't know if the Padres are going to be buyers or sellers. That's what's going to determine that whole thing.
It's fair.
What about bats? Yeah, Adley Rutschman has been talked about for a while. You can't tell Goots that though. He's in denial. But the Rays talked about making a move for Adley Rutschman. We'll see what happens there. Waka, Luke Weaver.
You got to assume CJ Abrams is being shopped if they're selling. They're not half selling, are they?
It's a really good question. I don't know. Krabs is in here. I'm curious to hear what he has to say. Trout. Jesus. Wow.
I don't know what you do with Mike Trout, to be honest.
I don't know what you do with Mike Trout either. Okay. Well, hey, in all seriousness, I watched a pretty decent amount of the Rays and White Sox series. Those White Sox are a tough team. And I told you this, it's in our intro. I talked about betting the White Sox to win the AL. And then I said, fuck it, I'm going in on the Rays this year. Like it's open. The AL feels open. Let's have it be the Rays year. I'm not kidding. In my tweet, the only team I fear is the White Sox. I think the Rangers will make a run. I think the Yankees will get right. Sure. The White Sox, when you watch them play baseball, everybody, and I mean, Rasmussen had 10 Ks, but everybody is scrappy at the plate. And when they do strike out or when they don't get a hit, they look pissed off. Like they take it personal. And you kind of just know the next time they come out, you're going to get an even better effort rather than shitty teams and shitty players that kind of get in ruts and pout. The White Sox, who is the White Sox manager? Do you even know?
I don't know his name.
That's okay. I'm not shitting on you for that. But the White Sox and they're fucking pitchers, dude. They got, who's that guy that used to be? Jordan Hicks came out. Jordan Hicks has 15 scoreless innings. He was an opener for Noah Schultz or something.
I'll be honest. I think that the White Sox, if they make the playoffs, I don't think this is the year. I know the AL's weak. I just think they're going to be making the playoffs this year for the White Sox would be such an accomplishment that they're almost going to be happy to be their team. I'm not really expecting the White Sox to win the AL. I want to be clear about that.
Why does everybody yell? This is what I'm saying. I thought Hicks was horrible too. 15 scoreless innings. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing? I got two guys saying Hicks LOL. Hicks is horrible LOL. I'm not up here making shit up unless they said it wrong. Dude just named the worst White Sox player. That's my fucking point though, Dave. That's my point. I know they have good pitchers.
Don't worry about people that are overperforming though.
But dude, we just talked about the Rays being a place where guys go and you get the best out of. My point is, what if the White Sox are becoming this team where they're getting the best out of dudes who sucked?
Okay, that's enough saying good stuff about the White Sox, I think.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you want me to
stop just get Luis Castillo. No idea how to feel.
Okay. All right. The other thing I wanted to point out was it is unbelievably impressive that the Boston Red Sox swept the fucking Dodgers. Unbelievably impressive.
Yeah, the White Sox. I mean, the Red Sox are fucking something else.
They're a real problem. It's really pissing me off. We need something to happen for them to cool down, or I'm not talking about anything bad or an injury or anything, but like I see Delta keeps having their plane fucked up, which is hilarious because I'm such a big Delta guy.
I have to fly Delta Friday to get to you.
So anyways, let's kind of transition here into the next topic. I know we have football on the horizon, but wasn't there one more thing we wanted to talk about or no?
It is, but now I'm almost thinking we've ran out of time.
Okay.
So do you think we should get right to the ACC? But the topic we have is fun.
You're right. It is fun. Do you want to tease it?
ACC tomorrow. The topic is my tweet about what football games or which places we should go to watch college football games this year. So do you want to pull it up?
Yeah.
There was a couple hundred comments, and honestly, I was not prepared for how many ideas in those comments looked like a really good time.
I was not either. Hold on one second. By the way, not to sidetrack us, but this Jonah Hill thing going viral is cracking me up.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my God, dude. Jonah Hill talking about how he is obsessed with Brazilian jiu-jitsu and he would fuck anybody up that just thinks he's the fat kid from Superbad. Now, it is so funny. Everybody is retweeting it and roasting the shit out of him. Okay, Steak. This tweet was incredible. The feedback was incredible. The comments were incredible. I'm so happy to see this. People are jazzed up. And I'm looking forward again to, we're going to do some good boots on ground content. I've decided I'm taking my wife to an SEC game. She's been asking me for years, and I've narrowed it down to 2. I don't know if I've even told you this.
Okay, so Oxford, Mississippi.
Yep, Ole Miss, or there's one other place off the beaten path a little bit. Not like
Athens, Georgia.
No, good. That would be 3rd. I was thinking Auburn.
Oh, good one. That would have been my 3rd guess.
Yep. So Auburn and Ole Miss right now are 1A, 1B. Athens would be the 2nd one. Plus, we also have some friends in Savannah that would meet us up if we did go. But I think everybody's probably going to tell me that Ole Miss would be the place to go. I'm scrolling down your Twitter trying to find this. Here we go. 174 comments, Steak. Great job. I'm going to go down the list and let's start making notes or plucking a few that we want to take.
Good use for the whiteboard.
Yeah, great use. So once we start going and yapping, I'll go get my the markers because I don't have them.
So I believe the only thing we have penciled in this season is going to the Virginia Tech Friday night game with the Book It crew.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I'm very excited. Never been to Blacksburg. That would have been on my list regardless. So that happening is fucking.
So DC, I want to make sure Ole Miss LSU is a given. LSU is a given. I kind of want to go to places a little bit more unique, but also they're going to be so saturated. Everybody knows they're good. You know what I mean? So that's why I was trying to dig a little bit deeper. And we thought, Steak and I were chatting. We were like, oh, dude, we should go to Blacksburg. Like that would be fun, especially this year. They've got a little bit of juice. And then that's when we heard Krabs say that they're going to go. And the game that we located was Friday, which is perfect. So anyways, here are the comments. Crutch is the top comment. He says, West Virginia at Iowa State, Ohio State at Iowa, Marshall and Huntington, West Virginia would be fun for G5. One of the biggest small games in the country is the Brawl of the Wild between Montana and Montana State.
By the way, probably the most underrated state in the country. I just want
Montana?
to say. Yes.
Okay. Well, going to Montana would be pretty fun. This is one that I think sounds very fun. I don't know that you need to make the trip up for this, but it would be an easy drive down for me. Everybody told us to go to Annapolis after our Baltimore trip. Marty Guan said Annapolis for a home Navy game. Dawes said Norfolk, Virginia to watch Old Dominion University. Seems biased. Slackpack said Lambeau for the Badgers upset Notre Dame. Seems biased and incredibly stupid. Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. Is that where Nebraska plays?
It sounds right. And I would do that.
I would do that, especially because I think I'm going to be a Calandria guy this year. Hear me out. Minnesota. Gophers play Iowa on the 24th, and then the Vikings play the Colts on the 25th.
Good one. Who said that?
Chad Ogden, longtime follower.
Good one.
Jovan said, let's squat up in Provo, Notre Dame, and BYU.
Is it because that sounds really fun? Is it because you don't want to go to a Notre Dame game?
So actually, my dad and my sister just literally started texting last night about going to a Notre Dame home game this year. We haven't done it in years. I don't know that I would want to go all the way to Provo to potentially see Notre Dame lose to BYU.
Okay, that's fair.
Boone, North Carolina. Slackpacks also said College Station. Horrible contributions by Slackpacks. Boone, North Carolina, which, fun fact, I used to go up there every winter for a ski trip.
Is that Appalachian State?
It is Appalachian State.
Ooh,
yep.
I would do that.
It's a cute little town. But I'm going to put it lower on the list since I've been there like 8 times. Somebody said, SB influencer said, I hear Ruston, Louisiana is really nice in the fall. I don't know if that's a joke. Does anybody know?
He's usually joking. I do not know who plays in Ruston, Louisiana, or what's going on there. I guess, should I look it up?
What is Stark Vegas?
That is Mississippi State. Starkville.
Is that actually a place that we should go? Oh, Louisiana Tech.
Fuck yeah. The Cowbells?
They're annoying as fuck. They're like the Vuvuzelis in the South African fucking.
Going to a Mississippi State game would be awesome.
Okay. Why didn't you fucking say that when I asked you about places? You didn't
We're
say it.
About it right now, and I'm giving you my opinion. Saving it for the stream.
All right. Looks sick. If you go to Starkville and not an OU game.
Lil Shoot 'em Up really wants us in Norman, which I would do, by the way.
Okay. Drew, our guy Drew says Iowa City.
Well, they all want me to go to Iowa because I'm public enemy number 1. Everyone wants me to go there, so fucking Iowa fans can call me a fat piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to Iowa with you because I don't want no beef with the state of Iowa.
I was going to say, wouldn't be my favorite fucking crowd to fight with.
Doughboy's been around a long time. Said State College. Colby says Naperville Central, Naperville, Illinois. Is that a joke or is that a real place?
I mean, it's a real place. I just don't know who plays there.
He went to a school there. I think he's probably talking about DePaul. Yeah,
that's
Red River game. Yeah. Woo Pig Suey would be cool in person. Yeah, that's what, Arkansas, right? Woo Pig Suey. Yep. Lil Shoot 'em Up says Norman, Oklahoma. No, I'm gonna pass on that. Yep. DC said you guys have been talking about for Auburn for 3 years. All right, Dowdy Ficklin Stadium.
That actually sounds really familiar, but I don't know who plays there.
That was from Jonesy. Bobby Clit says Lawrence, Kansas. We are going to be.
Yeah, they got a new stadium. I would do that. I think there was something me and you talked about where we could go to see Missouri at Kansas on Friday night, and then the following day see a home Kansas State game. That doesn't sound that bad, dude.
Where is Kansas State?
Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say this. I did go on a road trip during COVID because I had nothing to do. And I ended up at a gas station in Topeka, Kansas. And when I tell you, it felt like The Walking Dead. I legitimately didn't feel like these human beings. I felt like they were zombies. Everybody.
Listen, thank you for sharing that. Do you want Iowa and Kansas to be coming after us this year?
Oh, you think Kansas people are going to get mad? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't think the football team's going to be any good either. How about that?
Hold on. Is it Topeka?
Capital.
Yeah. Topeka's the capital. Wow. Okay. Yeah, but capitals aren't always the best cities in the States. So I'd
say more often than not, they're not.
Right. Which is very interesting how that works out. All right. Couple more. Brookings, South Dakota.
I'm assuming that's South Dakota or South Dakota State, obviously.
I would not be opposed.
I wouldn't either.
I've never been to South Dakota. Could be pretty random. Columbia, Missouri.
Yep.
Action Network commented, "Get the fuck out of our mentions." Action Network, W. Pickett. Sackville, New Brunswick. Oh, that was Ian joking about Canada. Blacksburg from Special K. Raleigh, North Carolina. Tour of all the facilities from Savannah to Jog.
Oh, I think I told you about her. Her dad is the offensive line coach at NC State.
That's right.
I believe her brother is also plays on the offensive line at NC State, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't really care to go to NC State only because I've been there for Carolina Hurricanes games, but I'm not. That's fine. I like Raleigh.
Raleigh?
Huh?
Is that Raleigh?
Yeah.
I'll pass. I'm torn.
Raleigh's fine. I like Raleigh. No beef with Raleigh.
I like North Carolina, and I like CJ Bailey, dude.
Oh my God, you want to be an NC State guy?
I don't know. I tried it last
Maybe we do it. What is Jordan Hare?
That's Auburn, right?
Oh, is that what it is? I didn't know that.
Am I wrong?
Oh my God. Somebody said FAU tickets are cheap. That is hilarious. Nightlife is expensive, but unbeatable. And there's a lot to do in seeing Boca Raton. You actually replied to this and you said, "My grandma lives in Boca."
Yeah. That's the only thing you need to know about Boca Raton is if you're Jewish, everybody's grandma lives there. And I'm not going there for a college football game. So I can go to fucking Blue Martini after. I'll fucking pass, buddy. That was the worst fucking recommendation. FAU, Boca Raton, Florida. I can't think of a worse football environment than fucking Boca Raton, Florida. Bunch of Jews, and I get to say that because I'm Jewish.
JT, who follows us. I'm not super familiar with JT. Thank you for contributing. It was very nice of you too.
But also, no thank you.
Hilarious response. And his bio says ball knower. I would have expected a little bit better, JT, personally. Throwing out FAU is hilarious.
I just want to say, asking someone for a unique place to watch a college football game and them saying Boca Raton, Florida is like saying, "Hey, where's a good place to eat?" And someone saying those Long John Silver's AW fucking hybrid things. Not happening.
I was going to say Cheesecake Factory, but that actually might be even better.
Cheesecake Factory rocks. I won't tolerate any slander.
Newark, Delaware versus Liberty, Friday, October 2nd. Shoot up the Turnpike. Catch Indiana versus Rutgers on October 3rd. Be there, be square. Road sodas on me. This guy, Mike, said. I appreciate that. I don't think I'm going to go to Newark, Delaware.
I'm assuming that's Delaware.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
They
Knoxville.
Division 1.
You know what? Here's an underrated one that I would go to with you. Knoxville, Neyland Stadium.
That's not underrated whatsoever, but I would absolutely love to go. Yeah. It looks sick.
San Marco, Texas, and come to a Texas State game.
Really? People said that like 10 times. And then in our Discord, a bunch of people were saying it. Apparently, it's just a crazy college town. And also, apparently, they're in the Pac-12 this year. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, well, I learned a lot new about San Marcos, Texas.
Panda says, "Need to go to Salligate, cool town." I mean, this is what we do it for, so I like this. Are you kidding me? Yeah. San Marcos, nobody
in the chat, man. Even the chat, look at this.
Nobody parties harder from Walker. Oh, Walker, part-time runner, full-time gambler with Ramble. I'll follow him. I missed that. Auburn has home game. Yep. Okay. Boone, North Carolina, Neyland Stadium, San Marcos, Texas again. You can then travel to Austin, best of both worlds. I'm not really an Austin guy, but yeah, I mean, if we're going to a Texas game, what if you went to the house that Bo built from Spencer Smoked? What is that? Bo?
House that Bo
Auburn?
Built? That a Michigan thing?
Bo. I don't know. Pullman, Washington, or Columbia, Missouri. Columbia, Missouri could be a good one. Yeah,
Pullman,
the Missouri
is fun. It's just so far. I would have to double dip.
Virginia Tech is pretty lit, especially when they play conference teams. I'm absolutely in. Enter Sandman is by far one of the coolest things in all of sports, I would say.
Wasn't there a famous Michigan coach named Bo?
Bo Schembechler?
Yeah, that's who it is. That's who he's talking about, right?
Oh, got it. I thought it was a joke, like the house that Bo Nix built.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
I was like, is it Oregon or is it Auburn? Anyways, Steak, I know of a little place in the great state of Mississippi. Rhymes with Totsford.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Space Game at the Bounce House. No, that's UCF. We're not going to fucking UCF.
I mean, I could go, but it won't. Yeah.
No. Pullman, Washington. May change your life. Go Cougs.
That's where the fucking Idaho murderer is from. So every time now I hear Pullman, I get creeped out.
Somebody said the Monon Bell Classic between DePaul University and Wabash College.
A little too deep in the bag there, unfortunately.
I'm going to like that, though. If y'all don't come to Oxford September 19th for Lane Kiffin's return, you're doing something wrong. Fair enough. Philadelphia for Game of the Century. I'm not going to see Penn State Temple in Philadelphia. Lubbock. No, I'm not going to Lubbock.
Would you like to address LC's comment?
What was LC's comment?
Shitting on Austin, then getting up for Columbia, Missouri. Yeah, we're not big Austin guys, but we're super excited to go to Columbia, Missouri. Yeah, we deserve that, LC. That's fine. We deserve that.
I think one thing about LC, I think somebody said she's the best gambler at book it. She's like a silent assassin, but like when she strikes, does not miss.
Yeah, I do remember at the Super Bowl party when we were talking bets, and she's like, "This is my Prize Picks entry," and me and you were like giving our opinions, and then everything we said was wrong, and her Prize Picks entry hit.
I remember it like it was yesterday. We were standing at the bar, and it was Sam Darnold and Drake May passing attempts, and I think I said, "Oh, I don't like I don't like Drake May's passing attempts," or something like that, and it was like 28, and he had like 40.
Yeah.
Again, is it? Don't you think it is funny sometimes? Like, I have no problem with people like asking opinions on their wagers, but I just think like when you look at how bad I am at gambling, it is funny for anybody to ask for my opinion on a bet. Like, people still DM me and they're like, "What do you think about this?" And I'm like, "What do I think about this? I think you're fucking brain dead. If you're asking me what I think, what do you want me to say to change your opinion? I am terrible." Like, I'm not going to give you any good news.
Yeah. I literally ask people now in the DMs, "Do you actually want to know? Do you actually want to know what I think about this?" Okay. Was that all the comments? You were doing a great job.
Miami, Ohio and Oxford, Ohio. Pretty random one.
We're not doing any more Miami of Ohio events because we went to Dayton to watch Miami of Ohio, and it was peak. It really was peak. That was so fun.
And you know what? I told you this the other day. I said we might make the first 4 in Dayton a thing.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It was a great time. Fort Collins, I don't know where that is.
Who would play at Fort Collins?
No.
That's Texas, right?
Texas who?
I know, but that's what I'm wondering. Fort Collins.
Oh.
It'd be Texas Tech.
No. Colorado.
Well, Fort Collins, Colorado, yeah.
Oh, I would go to a Colorado game.
So would I.
I would go to a Colorado game for sure. Bowie's Creek, North Carolina. I don't know where that is. Somebody
People
said
really got in their bag in this comment section.
Living 30 minutes away, but Happy Valley is the obvious answer. I will admit, and we almost put this together. Me, Greg, and our wives and another couple friend, we almost went to a Penn State game. I did not realize how in the middle of fucking nowhere Penn State is. Like, it is a bitch to get to. We almost rented a camper. Like, everybody just go and park and stay overnight. Like, I don't know what you did.
I did not know that.
I don't know if you, we were very, very close to going because like Greg's parents were going to go, their alumni and everything like that. But Amherst, Massachusetts, Larimer, Wyoming. Actually, Wyoming would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, Wyoming is similar to Montana. It fucking rocks.
Fayetteville, Arkansas from college football better.
Down.
Okay, a couple more, and then let's make a list, and then we'll take a quick piss break, and then we'll start talking ACC. Oh, dude, Madison, Wisconsin is kind of on my bucket list. It is.
Yes.
Tempe, Arizona, baby, ASU. Rav went to ASU, right?
I believe so.
And they're doing they're giving out not scholarships. What's the word? Degrees for social media for content creation. We could probably go and take a class. That would be fun. Like Billy Madison.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
You don't seem into that. I cannot believe there's more than one comment on UCF for the bounce house. This is hilarious. El Paso. Probably not going to go to what's Peden Stadium. Is that did I just get got Peden?
No, you did not just get got.
Avoid the majors. Yep. Fargo Dome. East Lansing. Absolutely not. Lisa, you seem like a nice lady. No offense. You follow me. I hope you're not watching this.
State?
Yeah.
I'm going to pass.
Not going to go to East Lansing. I respectfully pass. Not doing College Station. Too many fucking weirdos around there. Okay, that a lot of Madison, a lot of Blacksburg, Fargo, a lot of Boone.
I guess that's saying you did get got with Pete in Stadium.
Did I?
Maybe technically, that would mean I got too because I thought it was real. Pete in.
Thank you. Boise's a good one.
Very good one.
I'm starting to think Morgantown might not be a bad one either.
West Virginia?
Yeah.
I'm sure that would be really, really fun.
All right. Let's just quick think of our top 5.
Okay. Top 5.
Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah. Columbia, Missouri. Shout out to LC.
Shout out to LC. Gonna rub that one in.
Montana State.
Okay.
That'd be really fun.
Montana, Columbia, Missouri, Fayetteville.
We're not gonna count Blacksburg because we're already going to Blacksburg, right?
Yep. Correct.
So, damn, Happy Valley was a good one. You know what?
No, Happy Valley's not a good one. No, it's not.
I think it's sneaky. Well, first of all, our Columbia, Missouri trip includes going. See, that's the thing, bro. The trip isn't in Columbia. It's Kansas. It's Lawrence, Kansas. The trip is Lawrence, Kansas on Friday night, and then Manhattan, Kansas on Saturday afternoon.
So where the fuck is Columbia, Missouri?
It's where Missouri plays, but the game we're going to isn't going to be there.
Where is it?
Lawrence, Kansas, dude.
What's in Lawrence, Kansas?
The University of Kansas, dude.
So, but why do you keep bringing up a game that isn't in Columbia, Missouri?
It lines up so well.
Okay, that's fine. But then wouldn't that be a separate entry?
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
Yeah. Okay. So Columbia, Missouri, Kansas.
Yeah, just Kansas.
Montana.
Yep. And then I think I have to put Iowa on there.
No, we're not going to Iowa. Fayetteville. Actually, I'll go to Iowa State. Which one is that? Des Moines? No.
No, I think it is Des Moines.
Is it Des Moines?
Yes.
Knoxville. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Knoxville. That's my top 5.
And maybe NC State because you want to be an NC State guy. Oh, we got to do. Oh, it's Ames. Right?
Oh, Des Moines not. Oh, it's weird.
No. Okay. That sounds good. We'll take away. We'll take these. We'll put it on a calendar. We'll make some circles. So soft to duck Iowa. I'm clipping this up and sending it to Hawkeye Reggie. All right. Let me take a quick piss. When I come back, we're going to preview the ACC. Don't go anywhere. And everybody is absolutely thrilled and cannot wait to talk about this conference. But we got to do it. All right. We treat every conference equal. No discrimination around here. Be right back after these words. Don't go in.
Someone confirm Goots is okay.
Check. Hey, do you want to know a funny story that I just thought about that I don't know that we've ever told the chat, and I'm wondering if we should tell it real quick?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about how neither of our wives really like football that much, but we've taken them to football games. I think you brought your wife to a fun game in Orlando. Wasn't it FSU, LSU?
Yeah, I'm proud of you for remembering that.
Yeah, I remember because I'm pretty sure I made LSU my fucking 3-unit POD, and it lost and never really stood a chance.
Beat the brakes off them. FSU.
Yeah. And then my wife's only gone to Notre Dame bowl games in Orlando. We saw Notre Dame LSU when the Miles Boykin catch, which we actually left early because the weather was miserable. Shout out beating traffic. We went to the FSU Notre Dame game. I forget who the quarterback was. I don't know if it was Adrian McPherson. I always say his name, but the point is that reminded me of this story was I knew a player on the Notre Dame team and I DM'd him on Twitter and I got the whole team to come to our club after the game. Do you remember that?
We can say the player's name or we can't.
I don't know. I don't know if we necessarily should.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, the quarterback for FSU is EJ Manuel.
That's who it was.
And also, if I'm also not mistaken, the entire FSU team also came randomly. So at one point we had both teams there.
The entire FSU team did not show up, but a handful of players did. Okay. The EJ Manuel came. They had a really good defensive end, Bjorn Werner.
Yes,
he got drafted by the Colts, I think. Do you remember this guy?
Yes.
Okay, so the Notre Dame team came in. Maybe some were underage, maybe some weren't, but I got them all tables. The whole thing. Tyler Eifert. Remember him?
Oh, I was gonna fucking hit you with the trivia about Tyler Eifert.
Tyler Eifert came, and this is when there was controversy about Everett Golson should be the starting quarterback, and I heard Notre Dame players talking in the back about it. They weren't talking shit about. I forget it was sort of like Tommy Reese or someone that was starting. Bjorn Werner was a unit. Yeah, that's right. But this is the best part. Manti Te'o was there that night.
Yeah,
I have a picture with Manti Te'o, and this is the best part of the story. Manti Te'o introduced me to his girlfriend.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow.
So literally a real person was there that night. That was Manti Te'o's girlfriend. And obviously this was before the whole fucking mystery girlfriend thing came into play. But if you watch that documentary, there was a part where Manti Te'o started to realize he was getting fucked with. And I think that's when he was like, started dating. And this was someone that like after the catfishing in the timeline. How fucking crazy is that though?
Absolutely insane.
People are saying clip farming. No clip farming here, brother. And Steak remembers the whole fucking crew in there that night. That was hilarious.
Yeah, because I remember I'm a Gators fan and I remember EJ Manuel and I was like, yo, you EJ Manuel? He's like, yeah, I didn't know this was a fucking Notre Dame bar. Like they literally randomly came and they had no idea the entire Notre Dame team was going to be there. It was so funny.
There was, I'm pretty sure that was the first year that Brian Kelly took over. Maybe it was the second year. But there was offensive linemen, and I won't name names, but there were offensive linemen talking shit about like, I think Brian Kelly had come out and saying like, you know, which guys are my players and which ones aren't. Like, you know, Charlie Weiss's guys. And there was a dude who was really pissed off and he was already talking about transferring and he ended up transferring after, but I really liked him. He was a really good offensive lineman. But anyways, that was a pretty funny story. Yeah. Brian Kelly did do that. He's a scumbag. All right. Anyways, can't believe we waited 4 years to drop this bomb of a story. Yeah. Pretty wild, pretty fun. Okay. We're going to get into the ACC. We'll see how much progress we can make. Just to give everybody an idea. We have Monday, Tuesday, ACC days, Wednesday, Thursday. Greg is going to come on for an hour each. And we're going to talk NFC North and AFC North. And then Friday, you are flying up to New York. So we will be without you Friday. I'll do a stream. We'll figure it out. But that is the plan so far for this week. Steak, I think the question is this.
Alphabetical order.
Okay, so you don't want to start with any of the top dogs?
Not really.
Okay. Can you tell me who alphabetical order would be? Because my magazine has them.
Boston College. Also, Rude Bet's rate of 99. Rude Bets. You know what I'm going to ask? But I'm going to ask it anyways. Give us the fucking parlay. Somebody from the Rude Bets chat, give us the parlay.
Yeah, and on that note, I wrote an article on the Book It Sports website yesterday morning. I woke up nice and early. I got in the lab. I did some research. I had three hitters over bases. I think Trey Turner went 0 for 4. Stephen Kwan, I think, went 1 for 4. He was walked twice, or 1 for 2, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And the other guy was Corey Seager, who I believe went 0 for 4. I'm pretty sure my bets went 0 for 3. So W article plays.
I can get behind this one for
I can get behind it too. Yeah, Pena's been on fire, hasn't he? As the hot dude, guys, please just press the button on the hottest dudes in the planet, Jeremy Pena. Yep.
Done.
Yep. Jeff, thanks for those bets. You're welcome, Big Cheesy. Do we really want to come out of the gate with a fucking Boston College, dude?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do?
Start whatever you want. How about this? Start with whoever you want. I'm fucking ready. Whoever you want, buddy.
Chad, do you want Boston College first? Kind of feel like I'm just stepping in for the people. Rhode Island legend. I had no idea Jeremy
Has
Pena.
to happen eventually. I'm more of a rip the Band-Aid off kind of guy.
All right. Fuck it. All right. Fuck it. Oh, my God. Florida State is ranked 48th in the country. Okay.
I'm not even being sarcastic. That feels high.
I agree. I thought they'd be all the way back here, honestly, where Boston College is. I thought they'd be back here in the 70s. All right, Boston College ranked 72nd in the country. Chat, we are locking into the ACC, please. We've got 40 strong, solid minutes. We're going to run through the coaches, the starters, the schedule, and Steak, can you please pull up the betting lines
for
these teams?
Over under 3.5 wins, and the over is plus money.
Wow. Okay. So Boston College was 2-10 last year, 1-7 in the ACC. They are coached by Bill O'Brien. Oh my God, he's there again. 3 years Bill O'Brien's been there, 9-16. He is the offensive coordinator, and some guy named Ted Roof is the defensive coordinator. Hilarious. They have 1 returning offensive starter, 4 defensive starters. Oh my God. They have Mason McKenzie. Oh, I was thinking of Mackenzie Milton, the quarterback for UCF.
Mason McKenzie is a Division II guy.
Top newcomer, Chris Jones. Mason McKenzie fits here as the key newcomer, but Boston College also needed a pass rusher. They got this guy from Georgia. Okay, let's look at the overview real quick. Last year was miserable for the Eagles. A combination of injuries, questionable coaching decisions, and personnel issues pushes BC into a 2-10 season. O'Brien took his failure seriously by replacing most of his staff and bringing in a school record 28 transfers this offseason. I am of the mindset, I'm actually really upset with myself that I did not take seriously Bill O'Brien being the head coach. I do not think old guys who have coached in college, coached in the NFL, succeeded and failed in both places, coaching college late in their careers is a recipe for success, a la Bill Belichick. So the chance to fade him probably already passed. I can't imagine what their win total was last year, maybe 4.5, 5.5, who knows? The only guys they're bringing back are their 2 safeties and their defensive tackle. On offense, it's center. Nobody knows who it is. All right, so 3.5. Last year, the only wins were Fordham in the beginning of the season and then Syracuse at the end of the season. But Syracuse was without Steve Angeli, who I can't wait to talk about later. 3.5.
Yeah, they don't have any gimmies. I'll say that. They do not have any gimmies. They open up the year at Cincinnati. Hold on. I'm trying to pull up the whole schedule.
I got it, unless you want to run through it.
I got it, yeah. Okay. At Cincinnati and at home against Rutgers. Then they get a home game against Maine. They could probably lose that game too.
Seriously.
And then it's at home against Virginia Tech, at SMU, at home against Pittsburgh, at Georgia Tech, at Duke, at home against Florida State, at Notre Dame, at home against Syracuse, and at Miami, Florida.
I have a favor to ask you. I know this is really silly, but I think you shouldn't say at when you say home.
Okay.
Like at Virginia Tech, home against Rutgers. You go at Virginia Tech, at home against Rutgers. Kind of throws my brain off.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair,
right? All right.
It's really hard to find 4 wins, but I have a question. Why would their win total even be 3.5?
The ACC being so bad?
Yeah, but they seem to be the worst team in the ACC by margin.
So let's try to find 4. This will be fun.
Okay.
September 11th, their home opener is Rutgers. Rutgers is going to be really bad. You talked about how much you want to lean into fading Schiano. You want to give him that one?
Yeah, I will. If the goal of this is to try to find 4,
yes.
I will call Rutgers at home a must win.
Okay. Maine.
Win.
Not going to beat Virginia Tech.
Nope.
Not going to beat Cincinnati on the road, which is in week 1. So I skimmed past that, but not going to beat SMU at SMU.
They're not.
Pittsburgh at home?
I really don't think so.
Yeah. At Georgia Tech? No.
I'm going to say no.
At Duke?
It's a winnable game, all things considered, but I do not think they're beating Manny Diaz and Duke at Duke.
Okay, right now, just for the record, we have 2 wins right now, and there's 4 games left in the season. Florida State at home.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
Okay. At Notre Dame, no. Syracuse at home could be their 4th win.
If you're trying to find the 4th win, it's Syracuse or Cincinnati.
Yeah, because then it's at Miami. All right, so they're 4 wins. Rutgers, Maine, Duke, Florida State.
Florida State.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Syracuse, Florida State. Yeah.
That's the perfect amount of BC talk. Let's go to the next one.
Okay. What's next on the alphabetical order?
Cal.
Oh, Cal.
Yeah, Cal.
I feel like Jovan.
Total 6.5. And it's going to feel low because I know what you're about to read. You're going to like a lot of what you're about to read about Cal. I'm just letting you know right now.
Okay. I feel like Cal is always Jovan's bitch, so I want to make sure I won't steal it, but I don't know where he stands on Cal this year. So
I'm sure he's very into Cal this year.
Okay. Cal is coached by Tosh Lupoe, first year head coach. The Cal Golden Bears were 7-6 last year, 4-4 in the conference. They're returning 4 offensive starters, only 2 defensive starters. They're bringing their quarterback back, who is very fun. I've watched him play. Jaron, Kawhi. You know what? Let's just call him JKS. How about that? We'll call him
definitely call him JKS.
6'3", 225 sophomore. The kid can run. And I'm pretty sure I saw him. Did Cal play at Louisville last year? Does that sound right?
Yeah, it does sound right.
Yeah, because they're in the ACC, obviously. I remember watching him. I think Louisville might have sneaked out a win, or maybe they didn't, but he was really good. But then some games he was also really bad. So they're returning their left guard and right guard. So you got 2 offensive linemen coming back. They have their linebacker and safety coming back. That's pretty much it. Let's read the overview.
Well, there's one thing you didn't mention is they had an insane transfer portal class.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't gotten there yet, but let's talk about that in a second. JKS has the potential to be a star playing in a new offense that suits him well and surrounded by a good-looking transfer haul. If the defense makes strides, Cal can rise above the middle of the ACC pack. Top newcomer, Chase Hendricks, wide receiver, all Mid-American Conference honoree at Ohio. That's hilarious. He was an honoree. And they had an insane transfer class. Okay, players to watch is running back Adam Muhammad.
That guy's from Washington.
Oh, okay. 6'4" wide receiver Ian Strong, Chase Hendricks, Cooper Henry, and that's all I've got. So what is their win total?
6.5.
Cal had the 17th ranked best passing game in college football last year in terms of yards, 276 per game. Pretty impressive. Scoring, not great. 84. Couldn't put points on the board, but fuck, they could pass. Rushing was terrible, 133. So they needed a good running back. So that's good. Okay, 6.5 is their schedule.
Overreduced.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts about Cal that you'd like to say, or should we just get right into the schedule and try to find 7 wins?
I'm not going to be able to find 7 wins because I don't think they're going to win 7. That's where I'm at. I'm leaning towards fading Cal, and I think the win total is crazy. Why would this team that won 7 games last year, returns their quarterback who's a stud, got a coach everybody loves, has a top 5 transfer portal class, plays in the ACC, have a 6.5 win total with the over being juiced? It just makes absolutely no sense. For example, I think they're going to be popular as hell at home against UCLA in week 1. I will be betting UCLA week 1, and I don't love Cal.
Okay. So then let's find 6 losses.
Sure.
UCLA at home.
Loss.
At Syracuse.
We'll give them a win.
Wagner. Home.
Win.
Okay, so the home opener is UCLA. So then they've got 2 games in a row. Oh, wow. So they only have 4 road games. Oh, no, there's the 5th. Oh, my God, they have 3 road games in a row.
Yeah, but maybe that's better when you're traveling from the West Coast to the East Coast. Maybe you'd rather just stay over there.
Okay. So in the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of the season, they have got 5 home games.
Yeah.
Home against UCLA, you said that's going to be a loss.
Yep. So they're yes, home against UCLA is a loss.
Then they go cross country at Syracuse.
Win.
Home against Wagner.
Win 2-1.
Home against Clemson.
Loss 2-2.
At UNLV.
Tough game, but a win 3-2.
Home against Virginia Tech.
Loss.
Home against Wake Forest.
Win.
At SMU.
Loss 4-4.
Okay, 4-4. Oh wow, they have a late bye week too. So at SMU, you just gave them a loss, 4-4. At NC State,
loss. Then
they have a bye week. Then they play at Virginia. I wonder what they're going to do. Well, no, they'll probably go back. Duh. Okay, so they'll go back to the West Coast, then they'll go all the way back to fucking Virginia. November 14th. You're going to give them a loss there, and
I'll give them a win, but it could be a loss also.
Damn. That's generous.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad you feel that way.
So then the last two games are home against Stanford, home against Pitt.
They're losing to Pitt, and they'll be 6-6.
Kind of with you on that.
Good. Jesus, good question. I would assume yes, but not when they have a bye week and it's 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's good that they get the bye week because that breaks up 3 road games in a row. But going to SMU, then to Virginia, then to NC State, then the bye week, then back on the road to Virginia, like that's just a lot of travel. That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like how that shapes up for them. All right. What's the next ACC team alphabetical order?
KP, long time away, but when that game comes, we'll have a friendly wager. I'll take Pitt in that game all day.
Wow. You must like Pitt this year.
I do like Pitt this year.
All right. Well, Pitt is not after Cal. So what comes next? Clemson?
Clemson. And that's a great team to talk about.
It is a great team to talk about. Clemson Tigers. Tigers. Preseason ranked 24th. My, how the mighty have fallen. 7-6 last year, 4-4 in the ACC. Dabo Swinney has coached here now for 18 years. Does that sound right? Good God. 187-53. Offensive coordinator, new guy, Chad Morris. Defensive coordinator, Tom Allen. They've got 5 starters coming back on offense, 3 on defense, and no more Cade Klubnik. Let's see who they have. 3 big questions first. Who will start at quarterback? Christopher Vizina remains in good position, but Tate, T-A-I-T. Reynolds.
T-A-I-T? That's got to be the worst fucking name I've ever heard.
Who did that?
Oh, my God.
Who did that?
I'd like to talk to that boy's parents.
I'd like to have a talk with – yeah, exactly. Shoot him up. Set him right up for Taint.
What's his last name?
Reynolds.
Taint Reynolds.
Tate Reynolds showed up looking the part physically as a freshman. So basically, we got a veteran backup going against a new flashy freshman. Okay. Can Clemson still win the big game? Is this the final stand for Dabo? Sometimes you've got to go back to go forward. Hilarious. That is a Dabo quote. That's a quote I use all the time from the commentator in FIFA 14. Sometimes you got to go backwards to go forwards. But culture-wise, I don't think we've ever been better. We're built to last. I want to fade Dabo just looking at this fucking quote.
Sure.
I want to fade him. But we've got to go back to go forward. But culture-wise, I don't think we've ever been better. This is what you say when you're not better. Culture-wise, we've been better. Really? No. Get fucked. We're built to last. Shut up. I'm so sick of Dabo Swinney already. All right. They've got wide receiver Brian Wesco Jr., wide receiver TJ Moore, tight end, all these guys coming back. Their center and their right guard coming back. Defensively, they have defensive end Will Height, 6'6", 260 senior, big boy. Sammy Brown, linebacker. I do love a linebacker named Sammy Brown. I like that guy already. He is 6'2", 235 junior. And Ashton Hampton, cornerback. They got their kicker and their punter coming back. All right, well, here's the thing about Clemson, Steak. They did end the year with some momentum. They won 4 games in a row, but then they lost to Penn State in the bowl game, although who really cares about bowl games nowadays? But this is just what Dabo likes to do. He likes to just do enough to keep you wanting to believe with those 4 wins. But they were against Florida State, at Louisville. It was a big win, 20-19, Furman, and at South Carolina. They lost to SMU, lost to Duke, lost to Steve Angeli in Syracuse, RIP to his ACL, at Georgia Tech, and they lost to LSU in the home opener. So what are your thoughts on the Clemson Tigers going into this year? First, what is their win total?
7.5, and the over is -144. They are the 4th best odds to win the ACC, 14-1 behind Louisville, SMU, and then obviously Miami. I'm torn because I agree with everything you just said. It is probably one of the most talented rosters in the ACC, like it always is.
Mhm.
But I'm leaning towards fading just simply because I have to stand on business about Dabo. We feel the same way. Also, the Vizina taint thing does feel like Vizina starts, he's bad, they lose some games, and the fans start calling for taint. We want taint. We want taint fucking by week 5. I could see that shit happening because they're 2-3. So we'll go through the schedule and try to find the losses, but I would never take the over on Clemson.
Okay, so I'm kind of with you. And listen, we're a couple of guys. Just be reminded of this. We have bought into Dabo. We've bought into Clemson. We bought into Cade Klubnik. I did it once. I think you did it twice. Not to bring up bad memories.
No,
you rolled your eye.
Cade Klubnik guy.
Yeah. Is it 3 years now? Clemson has started to trend downward. Is it 3 years and this is year 4, or is it 2 years and this is year 3?
It's a good question. I don't really know the answer, but I would guess 2 and this is 3.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, this is it. This is it. So it's either you've got Clemson fatigue like we do, and it's bend don't break, and this is when you buy low on Clemson. And if you want to do that, I don't blame you. I already think I want to fade Clemson. So let's try to find if they need to go under 7.5 wins, we need 5 losses on the schedule. All right, here we go. They open up the season.
Keep in mind, sorry to cut you off, but keep in mind, if you got an over 7.5, that's minus 144. There's a chance you could drink a little juice, get an 8.5 win total, and that might be better. But let's go through the schedule.
Okay, so let's go with the 7.5. To get the under, we need 5 losses at LSU.
Got to assume that's a loss.
I wonder what the spread is in that game. You think
10.
the line's out? 10? A lot of pressure on Lane, though, in game 1.
A lot of pressure for sure.
Might need to take the dog with the points there.
Really? So you like Clemson week 1?
Well, just to cover. Just to cover. Was 11 a few weeks ago. Oh, wow. Sharps all over fucking Clemson. Yeah, think like a sharp.
Big sharp.
Yeah, okay. Georgia Southern home opener. Win.
Yeah.
Home against North Carolina. Should be a win.
Should be a win.
At Cal. Ooh.
Well, I mean, we just did Cal, and I called it a win for Clemson, so I can't go back now.
Ooh, dude. This is tough. They go at Cal to come back home and play Miami.
Yeah, it is tough. They're definitely losing to Miami.
Okay, so that's 3-2.
Yep, they'll beat Charleston Southern 4-2.
Bye week. Important to note. Bye week. Charleston Southern tune-up game. They'll beat them before Virginia Tech. That actually works out very well for them.
Damn, this is tough to get these losses, boy.
Yeah, it is. It is. They might beat Virginia Tech. Sorry, Krabs.
So then they're going to lose to Florida State. They're going 1-1 there.
Right. That would be a letdown game. That would be a letdown spot at Florida State. Okay, so hold on. Let's back it up for a second. If I'm going to give them the win against Virginia Tech at home, that means
they're 5-2.
5-2. At Florida State, I'm with you. We'll give them a loss there. 5-3. At Syracuse, should win that game. Shouldn't you? 6-3.
Sure, yeah. I'll go ahead and say they go 1-1 in this stretch too with Syracuse and Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I like Georgia Tech. I haven't done research on their team, but
yeah.
So all right, so 6-3, then 6-4, and this is where you have to go over. You got to win at Duke, and then you have South Carolina at home.
Yeah. Wow. It's tough to find 5 losses on Clemson's schedule. I'll just admit it. Very tough to find 5 losses on Clemson's schedule. So for that reason, I will not be touching this team. Or, like I said, drink the juice and go under 8.5.
If you do want 5 losses, they are at LSU, Miami at home, Virginia Tech at home,
South Carolina,
Florida
State.
That's a lot of games to lose at fucking at home.
When you're probably more talented than 3 of those 5 teams,
yeah, but you know what, dude? They lost 4 fucking games at home last year. They lost back-to-back games at home against SMU and Duke. Fuck this team. Fuck Dabo, dude. Fuck them. As of now, I'm out on Clemson.
I'm out too, but I don't know if I could press it, man.
That's fine. I got to do more research on. I got to see how I feel about Duke and Georgia Tech. That'll determine what I want to do there. All right. Who's next?
Did we just do Clemson? I think that would make Duke next, right?
Perfect. Perfect. There we go. Here we go. Ranked 55th in the country, 6-2 in the ACC last year, 9-5 overall. Do not forget, I believe these are somehow, some way, your ACC champs. Or did they lose in the ACC championship? I forget.
No, they won, I think.
Yeah. Who the fuck they beat? Who they play? They didn't play Miami.
Like Duke, Georgia Tech or something like that?
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, you might be right. Yeah. Oh, I could just look right here. I'm a fucking moron. They played Virginia.
Virginia, yep.
Yep, they played Virginia. They won 27-20. All right. Let's take a look here. Manny Diaz is the coach. He's 19-9, 2 years overall. Jonathan Brewer is the offensive coordinator. Jonathan Patke is the defense coordinator. 4 returning starters on offense, 4 returning starters on defense. That's pretty good. New quarterback, Walker Egget. No, there's no R. E-G-E-T? Egget?
Yeah.
Egget? I don't like that last name. That's not a very intimidating last name. There's nothing you can do about it. I understand that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's not like naming your kid Taint. It's fine. It's Egget.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Walter Egget.
State.
It's 4th down. What do you think? I think Walker Egget it. No, you can't do that. I tried to force something there. Their return. You get it.
That was a fucking car crash.
Yeah, that wasn't good. I tried. You get where I'm going with this, though. I'm trying to make him sound cool. Like we can think of a 0 sports on 140 pod. I'm actually impressed. What's up, BK? Congratulations on your outright.
I like some things about him.
Walker Egget?
6'4", 235, kind of like that. Also, I like it's a 6 year of eligibility. He's a grown ass man.
I love Esto. I'm seeing 6'3", 225. So maybe you have the Duke website pulled up, but they're definitely giving him an inch and 10 pounds.
Sure, an inch and 10 pounds. Sure, we could all use an inch.
That'd be great.
How much would you pay for an inch?
I mean, to go from 5'8" to 5. I told my wife I was 5'8" the other day. She's like, "No, you're not. You're 5'9". I was like,
"Good wife."
Yeah, she's like, "No, you're not. You're 5'9".
Yeah, my wife, when I was tall the other day, I'm like, "You're the best, babe. You're the best." Because you're 5'2". That's why you think that. So they're calling him a Nick Nash merchant in the chat.
Who?
Egget. Egget sounds like a slur. I don't want to say it that many more times.
You want to say like French, like Ige?
Sure.
Walker Ige?
Yeah.
You're not going to say that.
Ige.
You don't like it?
No.
How do you pronounce this guy's name?
Listen. I kind of like that the chat doesn't like him. I really like Manny Diaz. I think there's one of the few ACC schools that has culture. Danny. Fuck, I should just give up now. Manny Diaz has created the culture at Duke where I think they are going to be competitive, and I would be much more into backing Duke than fading them. However, wait till you hear the schedule. It's pretty brutal.
Okay. Walker Ishi. I don't mind that.
Walker Ishi.
I usually can't stand.
Rav is ejaculating right now.
There is a time. There's definitely you can abuse things, and Rav has abused the Ishi. I will say though, I almost did this. I do think there's book it lingo I like. There's some book it lingo I don't like. I do think I'm too old to say a lot of things. I came pretty close to saying "how's it" the other day.
Fun. Yeah, that's fun.
How's is good. Do you think that it's okay to not put an age on how's you?
No. I think we should start saying all the stuff they say like 6 months to a year later.
so like this time next year, we'll just start talking about the muckening. Moose knuck. I haven't heard quail urine in a long time.
That's like when your grandma posts some shit on Facebook that you saw 6 months ago, and it's like the first time she's seen it.
It is like that. Yeah, it is like that. Okay. We'll talk about the schedule. Let's read this overview for a second because it is important. I want to take Duke seriously. I think Manny Diaz is a very decent, solid head coach for a program like Duke. Overview. The Blue Devils were surprise ACC champions with their first outright league title since 1962. 3 non-conference losses cost them a spot in the college football playoff. Still, they put together back-to-back 9-win seasons and won bowl games in 3 of the past 4. The ACC.
Did that say 3 non-conference losses cost them a shot in the college football playoff? 3?
That's what it said, yeah.
What a sentence. 3 non-conference losses cost them a spot in the college football playoff.
Yeah, so that's a lot of
Like
losses.
saying if the Jets would have won 9 more games last year, they would have made the playoffs.
Very, very good point. They put together back-to-back 9-win seasons. Very impressive. The ACC title earned Diaz an extension through 2031. If quarterback can't be solidified, they might nab a 5th consecutive winning season, something that hasn't happened since the 1950s. The schedule includes a November visit to Miami and Mensa. So obviously the big story here is that they lost Arian Mensa. They made him like the highest paid NIL dude at the time, I think, last year. So things have changed a little bit. I don't know how their transfer portal class was. Again, they do return some starters, 2 on the offensive line, linebacker, 2 cornerbacks. That's obviously pretty good. You want to go through their schedule and see what we think
they
here?
did solid in the portal. He's pretty decent in the portal.
They had the 16th ranked offense last year in terms of scoring, the 10th ranked in terms of passing. So that clearly was heavily dependent on Mensa. Yeah. Their defense was not good, and Manny Diaz is supposed to be a defensive guy. So that's not great. I do remember 2 years ago when they played Notre Dame and almost beat Notre Dame. They had dogs on the D line. They had some dogs on that front 7. I guess maybe they're missing them. All right, what's their win total?
Their win total, I believe, is 5.5. Let me double check. Yeah, their win total is 5.5, but the over is -142. That will make a lot more sense when you hear this schedule.
Okay. Opener against Tulane.
Yep. Not a freebie, by the way. I'm got to count it as a win if you like the over. Obviously, Tulane lost Summerall, and they're not a lot's not expected of them, but it's not a gimme at all.
You want to give it to them?
Yes.
At Illinois.
Loss, unfortunately.
Yeah. I agree. Home against Stanford.
Win.
Home against William and Mary.
Win.
It's funny that William and Mary is still a school that's kicking. Like back in the day when I played college football in like high school, like William and Mary was like the punching bag. You know, there's still a William and Mary.
God, it was punching bag.
Yeah. It's just funny that they're still around. Like you would have think that based on my point, it's like they would have gotten better or they would have just tapped out, you know, James Madison, Appalachian State, they've all gotten better. Anyways, so we got him at 3-1.
Got him at 3-1.
Then they go, I think they have a bye week. Yeah. Holy shit. It's a very early bye week. So after William and Mary, they have a bye week before going to Georgia Tech.
I'll call that a loss.
Okay. 3-2. Home against North Carolina.
I'm going to call that a win.
At Virginia.
I'll call that a loss.
Boston College at home.
Call that a win.
I just did what I told you not to do. Sorry. Okay, so what do we have them here right now? 4-4?
5-3.
We have 5-3, and we have 4 games left on the schedule. But they're not easy games.
No.
Three of them are on the road. Here we go. 5-3. Duke is going at NC State on November 7th.
Loss.
Then they go at Miami.
Loss.
Okay, so now they are quickly 5-5 with 2 games remaining. Clemson at home.
Loss.
At Wake Forest.
Win.
So I will say, if we're fading Clemson, the wheels could come off and they could beat the snot out of Clemson in their home finale. Senior night.
If you like Duke, I have no problem with you liking Duke.
But
none at all. I would like to back Manny Diaz some way. Sure, yes, 100%.
Do you think the win total is weird at 5.5?
No. Nobody likes the quarterback. They lost Mensa. They lost a lot of stuff. I don't think the win total is weird at all.
KP Bet says Tulane is fake sharp week 1. Interesting.
Yeah. Who's the quarterback in chat? It's not still Retzlaff.
Top newcomer, Patrick Young-Smith, transfer from a strong North Texas team. He could be among the leaders in a patrolling secondary. Yep. Okay. All right. What's next after Duke?
Okay. Let's see if I can keep.
Oh, you're not looking at a list. You're just doing.
I'm not looking at a list. I've been guessing. I would say Florida State. Is there an E school in the ACC?
No.
There's no F's before.
Oh, wait.
Florida.
No.
Florida State. This is going to be.
I want to look at something real quick.
Sure.
I think this is kind of helpful. When you go back to the ACC recruiting, I just want to see something here. So let's see who got the top recruits. Oh my God, Miami fucking dominated.
Yeah, well, that's not surprising.
No, I know, but their name is everywhere.
Clemson is second.
Florida. What's that?
Clemson is second.
Sorry, what?
Who got the top recruits?
Lagging a little bit.
Me?
Oh, got it. Clemson is second. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Clemson has 3 of the top 20. North Carolina has 3 of the top 20. And then Florida State has 2. SMU 1, Syracuse 1. Wow. Okay. I mean, Miami just absolutely dominated. Let's look at the transfer, or not the transfer portal. This is the top NFL talent. All right. I like looking at this. So Miami has 1, 2, 3, 4 of the top 10s. Damon Wilson is the number 1 guy. Deuce Robinson, wide receiver at Florida State, is second. Louisville, Isaac Brown, and an edge rusher, Clev Lubin. Clemson has 2 guys, Bryant Wesco Jr. and TJ Moore are supposed to be NFL talent, and Sammy Brown, my guy, Sammy Brown. Okay. So I'm just looking to see if there was like a smaller school that had some real top talent in here. Does not look like it. It does not look like it. So, all right, let's go to Florida State.
Real quick, before you look at the paper, do you know who the quarterback is?
Can I have a hint? I won't look at the chat.
I hated him last year. I've always hated him, and I always fade him. 3rd school in 3 years.
Oh, God.
I'm doing my best not to do that, C-Zinc, but I make no promises.
No, I don't know who it is.
Ashton Daniels.
Oh, yeah. You don't like him.
No, I don't.
Wow. Okay. All right. Florida State is ranked 48th this season. They are, let's see, they are coming off a 5-7 year, 2-6 in the ACC. Mike Norvell is back. He's 38 and 34 in 6 years. Tim Harris Jr., offensive coordinator. Tony White, defensive coordinator. They have 2 returning starters on offense, 4 on defense. Top newcomer is wide receiver Devin Carter, son of FSU alum and Niners star Dexter Carter. He is impressive as a freshman. Oh, he's just coming out from high school. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Ashton Daniels, senior, 6'2", 233. Trey Wisner, running back, 6 foot, 200, senior. Deuce Robinson, wide receiver, 6'6", 230. Mekhi Danzy, fun name. And then everybody else is new here, it looks like, to the starting roles. On defense, they got 2 linebackers and a cornerback coming back. And let's see, last year, what did they do well? Well, offensively, they had the 11th best rushing game. I guess that's because Castellanos was a running quarterback. 6th best offense in terms of total yardage, which is really impressive. Also, passing and scoring were top 25. Passing was 28, sorry. And their defense was actually not that bad. I mean, all things considered, they had the 28th best scoring defense, 28th best passing defense. I mean, it's kind of crazy that they were so pathetic. They lost to Virginia, Miami, Pittsburgh, Stanford, 4 games in a row. And then they finished the season losing their last 2 games against NC State on the road and Florida on the road, 21-11 and 40-21. So their offense really just took a shit and did not care and packed it up for the end of the season. So, all right, what's their win total, Steak? Let's walk through the schedule.
Well, important to mention, Mike Norvell, probably the hottest seat in the country for sure. And speaking of Castellanos, he's trying to get an extra year of eligibility. He hasn't been granted it yet, but they did say if he did get granted it, it would only be to play at Florida State. So that's worth mentioning because I do think he would start probably. I don't know if there's any possibility of that happening. Ashton Daniels does suck. Castellanos kind of sucks too. He tore up Alabama. You remember that season opener?
I do.
And then it felt like coaches kind of figured him out because he might be one of the worst quarterbacks at reading a defense you've ever seen. So if his first look's not there, it's a wrap for Castellanos. It's hard to like Florida State. It is. We'll look. Their win total is 5.5. The over is -142. So they're sitting around the Duke range. I would argue that just based off culture, the culture at Florida State is absolutely horrible. They're a joke. Mike Norvell's a joke ever since that first year he had where he kind of became one of the most popular newcomer coaches in the whole country. Mm-hmm. They've been miserable since then. So it's hard team to back. But then I'll also mention that probably no one would back Florida State this year.
Okay. I like how you ended that. So there's a little contrarian-ish vibe going around Florida State Seminoles this year in a make or break year for Norvell. What's their win total?
5.5. The over's juiced.
Over is juiced. Okay, on a team that went 5-7 last year. We'll talk a little bit more about Ashton Daniels, but let's go through this schedule. They started the season last year 3-0, just so people remember. After that Alabama win, they had 2 cupcakes with East Texas A&M and Kent State. They scored 77 and 66 points. So trying to
Also,
recreate.
sorry to cut you off, but that's why those offensive numbers were a little skewed as well. Castellanos fell off a cliff.
You're absolutely right. I'm glad I looked that up because he had 13 points against Stanford, 10 against Clemson, 11 against NC State. So you're right. A lot of it was skewed because of that. This is like the Russell Wilson EPA per play numbers that people don't want to talk about. Yeah. So good detective work there. All right. They've got 2 home games to start the season, Steak. 4 of their first 5 are home. New Mexico State, SMU.
So 1-1.
Okay. You think they're going to lose to SMU?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Then they go on the road in a revenge spot against Alabama. Holy moly.
Ashton Daniels beats Alabama, I'll just fucking put foot in mouth because that shit is not happening.
Do you think Alabama's going to be 14 or more point favorites in that game?
Yes.
Who's quarterback for Alabama?
What's his name? Keelan Russell.
Was he there last year? Or did he transfer?
No, but there's a guy that was there last year that I think is fighting for the job. Austin Mack or something like that.
Okay. Central Arkansas at home. So we'll give them 2-2 in the month of September.
Yeah.
Virginia at home. I did it again. Sorry.
I'll give them Virginia, even though I don't know that that's a gimme at all. But for the fuck of it, I'll say they beat Virginia at home.
Okay. Virginia at home. So that'll make them 3-2 at Louisville on a short week.
That's a loss.
3-3 at Miami.
That's a loss.
3-4 bye week. Thank goodness they need that. At Miami, at Louisville, at Miami. Clemson is about as hard of a stretch in the ACC as you can possibly get. So they get a week off after those back-to-back road games. We have them at 3-4. Then they play Clemson at home.
Loss 3-5. I don't know. Norvell's not making it through this year, bro.
At Boston College.
Win.
4-5. At Pittsburgh.
I'll just split up the NC State and Pittsburgh and say they go 1-1 there. 5-6.
Okay, sorry. So NC State home, you're saying they're going to win one of those games. Okay, 5-6, and then they end it with Florida.
Yeah, 5-7, and thanks to Dave Martinez Burner for keeping me honest. I gave BC the win versus FSU. So if that was the case, I would have FSU going 4-8, not 5-7.
Yeah, you got to stand on business there. Good job, Dave Martinez.
So,
all right, so the Florida State Seminole.
Yeah, sorry. I can't find the wins for FSU, even though I think they're contrarian. No shot.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we're low on Florida State. I want to buy into Duke some way, somehow. Not really into Clemson. Boston College is going to be miserable again, but we found a way to get them 4 wins. One more team, and then we'll wrap it up, and we'll finish ACC tomorrow.
It's a really good one. Georgia Tech.
Who is it?
Georgia Tech.
Oh, yes. Okay. Very excited to talk Georgia Tech. Sorry, my internet's struggling here a little bit, so we're making do. We're pushing through. Let's see.
MSF Rapid.
Okay, that's Georgia Tech. Yep. Yeah, good call. Thank you for answering that. Yeah, we just started in the ACC. We wrapped the show up around noon. We've gotten through alphabetical order up to Georgia Tech, ranked 35th in the country, 9-4 last season, 6-2 in the ACC. Let's see. Brent Key, 27 and 24 years at Georgia Tech. George Godsey is the new offensive coordinator because the old one followed somebody to Georgia Tech, right?
Aaron Philo to Florida. He went with Aaron Philo to Florida.
Jason Seymour is the defensive coordinator. They have 2 offensive starters returning. They have 5 defensive starters returning. This is a team that made it to the Pop-Tart Bowl and played their asses off against BYU and lost. We all remember that. They also finished the season losing to Georgia 16-9. They were at 8-0 before losing to NC State. And then the last 2 games, they also lost to Pittsburgh, which was a pretty bad loss. Top newcomer, Justice Haynes?
Huge.
No way.
Massive.
They got Justice Haynes? Oh. Now listen, I like Brent Key. I'm telling you right now, maybe I have some bias coming into this. I want to be a Georgia Tech guy. So already right off the bat, I like what I'm hearing. Justice Haynes is a very good running back, even though Michigan's fucking pathetic. Tech was unbeatable for the first 8 games of the season, but the wheels came off late. It was a rough offseason full of changes, but Key remains fired up about the season despite a tough schedule that includes 3 Power 4 non-conference games. Wow. Okay. Let's see what we got here. They've got Albert Mendoza as the quarterback, 6'2", 210 sophomore. Why does Albert Mendoza sound very familiar, Steak?
Why?
That is Fernando Mendoza's brother. You told me about this. Wow. What do we know? Where's Snowman when you fucking meet him?
You know, there's not a lot of hype around the kid for being Fernando Mendoza's brother. I don't see that many people excited about him. I did hear a really good interview with Brett Key that kind of made, because I, if I'm not mistaken, you like Georgia Tech. You really like Key.
Yeah, I liked Key. I liked him last season. I like him a lot this season.
I think you're going to like this quote I heard on a podcast. They were asking about Fernando Mendoza, and Brent Key said, I didn't recruit Fernando Mendoza. Fernando Mendoza didn't play for me, and he's been to a few of our practices, but I don't give a damn about Fernando Mendoza. That's what he said directly out of his mouth, dude. Swear to God.
So basically what he's saying is that had no influence on him recruiting Albert
I just
Mendoza.
like him saying early in the fucking season, please don't ask me about Fernando Mendoza. It has nothing to do with our program. I get that his brother is our quarterback, but you got to like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. This is what I think everybody's saying. If Mendoza was good, why wouldn't he still be at Indiana? You think they wouldn't want to play Alberto Mendoza after Fernando Mendoza if he was fucking any good?
I guess the thing is, I'm okay with that, but here's what I want to push back on with that thought. If we're going to be like, oh, Mendoza's not very good, so there's no reason to be excited for him starting at Georgia Tech. We're also talking about Albert Mendoza being the quarterback of the Indiana Hoosiers, who just won the national championship and appear to be establishing a new dynasty. So maybe he's not Indiana good, but that doesn't mean he can't be Georgia Tech good, because who the fuck went to Georgia Tech and got them to where they were? Haynes King. Brother, yeah. Haynes King sucked at Texas A&M. I was not a Haynes King guy. Well, Haynes King shoved it right in my fucking face going to Georgia Tech, and the offense suited him very well. So I'm not going to be low on Georgia Tech just because Albert Mendoza wasn't good enough to be the starting quarterback at Indiana. That's my only pushback. However, I understand the point.
Yes, 100%. It's also going to be the same thing as last year. It's going to be a run-heavy team. They didn't bring fucking Justice Haynes in as a decoy. He's going to get a bajillion carries, and they're going to run the ball a ton. If you like Georgia Tech, I'm honestly completely fine with it. Their win total is 6.5, and it's plus 120 to the over, which would sound a little weird maybe until you consider that they lost their offensive coordinator. They lost their quarterback they really liked. Like, they were excited about Philo. A lot of people wanted to get him in sooner, which you obviously can't do because of how much success Haynes King had. When you get to the schedule, you're going to have a tough time, and I'm going to let you do it this time. You find the 7 wins on this schedule. I'll read them to you. You say win or loss. Deal?
Yeah. Deal. I don't like that they lost their offensive coordinator because I really, really like the offense. It was very creative. And this is going to be a team I'm going, I watch the spring game every year of a couple teams. This is going to be one of them because I might take a 2 to 3 unit position on Georgia Tech because I really like Brent Key and I also like Justice Haynes. All right.
Ready?
Here's the schedule.
No, I'm doing the schedule. Look at me.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I'm the captain now.
All right. I like this.
September 3rd. It looks like a Thursday or a Friday night game to open the year at home against Colorado.
Oh boy, that's not a gimme.
Not at all.
Didn't they beat Colorado last year too in Colorado, or did they lose? They won, right?
I think they won. Yes, they won.
So it's going to be a bit of a revenge game. Does Colorado have their same quarterback? That kid was kind of fun.
Lewis?
I don't know.
Julian Lewis or Juju Lewis.
Yeah. I don't. You know what? That's a tough game. I'm gonna give him a loss.
You're gonna give Georgia Tech a loss?
Why do you look surprised?
Because I think it's fine. I'm not going to tell you what to pick. It's just if you need Georgia Tech to go over their win total, they have to win this game.
I do. I didn't say I'm making the bet yet.
I respect you giving them a loss, but we'll keep going. There's a game against Georgia Tech at 7 p.m. It says it's at home, but I'd say there's a 0% chance this game's actually at home, and I would bet it's on a neutral Tennessee, Georgia Tech, September 12th at 7 p.m. Feels like a neutral game to me, but either way, do you think they can beat Tennessee?
Georgia Tech goes from playing Colorado to Tennessee in the first 2 weeks of the season.
That is correct.
Wow. A lot of respect. I wonder if there's a team out there who would also play two legitimate teams to the first weeks of the schedule. Oh, yeah. Notre Dame did. That's right. Miami and Texas A&M. Good for Georgia Tech.
Yeah. Also, this has to be mentioned. Good point from Jovan. Deion Sanders in Atlanta. It's not even – there will be so many Colorado fans. So you have them starting the year 0-2. That's okay. Let's keep fighting through it.
Yeah, but you know what? Brent Key knows this shit, so he's just going to put that on that fucking chalkboard, and I like him to get his guys fired up more.
Do you think he's going to put your season predictions on the chalkboard?
No.
Quick QE.
Okay, hold on. I don't really know anything about Tennessee.
Also, clarification. Thank you, KP. The game is in Atlanta. I would still argue there would be more Tennessee fans.
Give me Georgia Tech. Give me Georgia Tech in that game.
So you have them. Okay.
What are you laughing about? You're the fucking captain or not? Do I do this shit with you when you go through? You didn't even remember who you gave the win to. Boston College, Florida State. You had to get corrected by the chat. Giggly puff.
Like myself. I apologize.
Jesus.
You're right. You didn't do that to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just my first instinct was to laugh, and now we move
on
to Mercer. And if I know you like I think I know you, I think you might have them losing to Mercer.
No, what are you talking about? You're laughing because I just picked them to beat Tennessee. You don't think that can happen?
Yeah, no, 1-1, and they're at home against Mercer. Let's keep.
They're beating Mercer. They're beating Mercer.
2-1. Then they go to at Stanford at 10:30 p.m. at
They're
night.
beating the fucking brakes off of Stanford in Stanford.
That would put them at 3-1. Now they will get a bye week, early bye, and then they will play the Duke Blue Devils at home.
They're gonna beat them.
So sorry, is that 4-1?
You're the fucking captain. Yeah, I think that's 4-1.
Okay, fine. 4-1, and then they will go to at Virginia Tech.
That's going to be a tough game. I do think Virginia Tech is going to be very, very difficult this year. I'll say from traveling from Stanford after that stretch, they will lose to Virginia Tech.
4-2 at home against Boston College.
Oh, they're going to beat Boston College.
5-2 at Pittsburgh. Halloween.
I'm not sure. Is Narduzzi still the coach at Pitt?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, they have a bye at Stanford, right? They have a bye at Stanford. So they have a bye. They have a bye after Stanford before Virginia Tech, right?
They have a bye after Stanford before Duke.
Oh, before Duke. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're doing fine. Pittsburgh. Fuck Pittsburgh.
Win.
Yeah.
My boy likes Georgia Tech. 6-2 at home against Louisville.
Loss.
6-3 at Clemson.
Win.
7-3 at home against Georgia Tech. I'm sorry, at home against Wake Forest.
Win.
8-3 at Georgia.
Loss.
8-4.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was anything I said so crazy? Beating Pitt at Pitt is crazy.
I'm not here, dude. Bold predictions. I like bold predictions. I can't, like the chat saying, dude, make bold predictions. You can't just pick every game that they'd be favored in to be a win. I like what you did. I like what you did with the place. Let's talk about this before we go. You got a comment on this comment?
No, I have a fucking question. Hold on 1 second. What was Georgia Tech's win total last year?
Okay, fine. You want to rip into DC bets real quick?
Yeah. We can't do this, DC. You're better than this. We can't do this, DC. You're going to tell me there's not unpredictable shit that happens in college football every year? What was Georgia Tech's win total last year? Because I'll tell you what they did, even though I already told you what they did. They started the season 8-0. If I would have been on this microphone in this channel telling you Georgia Tech's going to start season 8-0, what would you have said then? I'll tell you what you would have said. Exactly what you said now. Dude.
Come get these whoopings, DC.
Come on.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right, now talk about USC and Notre Dame renewing their rivalry.
I think it's so stupid that this even has to happen. It's so stupid that they were going to end their rivalry. I mean, the whole reason Notre Dame is an independent, and I would defend them for being an independent, is so that they can play their rivals. It is not Notre Dame's fault that all their rivals fucking suck now. Michigan State, Purdue, Stanford, Navy. I get it. I understand that. But like the one that we should keep on if we're not going to play Michigan every year is USC. I don't know the extent to which, like the reason why it ended. but I think it was USC's fault. I could be wrong. Renew the Robbie, the series starting again in 2030. Good. It's nothing but good. So something but good. Because they had Haynes King. Oh, now we're gonna act like fucking Haynes King was some exceptional quarterback.
Nobody likes Haynes going into his tenure at Georgia Tech. I will side with Jeff on that. He was their whole team, maybe, but maybe Alberto Mendoza will be their whole team. No one liked Haynes King going into this. They thought he was the washed-up failure from Texas A&M.
So,
wow, Adley Rutschman to the Red Sox.
That's very annoying.
Is in urine.
Here, yeah. This is gonna be a tough day. This is really gonna test Gooch's character.
BTL, you got fucking Luis Garcia to the Yankees and Adley Rutschman to the Red Sox. BTL is going to be like a funeral today.
This is the question I have for these people that act like they fucking know ball. Okay, this is the question, and this is where I want to push back. I am not some elite know-it-all by any means, but I do have to be critical of you if you are going to be critical of me. This is why it works. It's a two-way street. If you just want to be anti-Georgia Tech because you don't like Albert Mendoza, how can you not consider the fact that they have Justice Haynes coming from Michigan and they are a run-heavy offense? This guy is a legitimate running back. This isn't some fucking nobody. I just pulled up his game log to see if I was taking crazy pills. You ready for this? 16 carries, 159 yards. 19 carries, 125, 14 carries, 104, 17 carries, 149. That was on the road against Nebraska, by the way. 19 carries, 117, 26 carries, 152, 121 carries, 857 yards, 7 yards per carry, and 10 touchdowns in 7 games. You don't think that's not exciting? I just don't understand.
Yeah, no, bro. I like you.
I know you are. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the chat. I'm talking to the fucking chat behind the Michigan O-line. Here we go. A Michigan fucking O-line with Sharon Moore head coach. Oh, yeah, that Michigan O-line was so goddamn good. How many drafts?
Yeah, because if you're going to mention the O-line, you got to mention that they were not a threat to pass at all last year because Bryce Underwood was dog shit. So you could stack the box against Michigan because you knew Justin Haynes was getting that football a bajillion times. So I have pushback on that for sure.
How many Michigan players got drafted? From
the offense?
Yep. I'm just curious.
I don't know any.
Yeah, your answer is none. Derek Moore, defensive end, round 2 to the Lions. Merlin Klein, tight end, linebacker, fullback. Michigan had some all-world offensive line. This maybe have been the first year in a decade Michigan didn't have an offensive lineman drafted in the first 2 rounds.
Talk your shit, dude. Talk your shit. Sorry for saying Louis and not Luis, even though I would argue that that's how white people say Luis.
Yeah. Georgia Tech, Keelan Rutledge, guard, drafted in the first round, 26 overall by the Houston Texans. Is that accurate? Can anybody confirm that?
Sounds right.
So Georgia Tech had an offensive lineman get drafted in the first round of the NFL, but Michigan did it. But we're going to say Justin Haynes can only do that behind a Michigan offensive line. Get with the goddamn times. Sharon Moore, Michigan offensive line. Give me a fucking break. Anyways, that's our show today. Great job. We've got more ACC tomorrow. We will talk some baseball as well. Steak, any parting words?
No.
Pick it at the park this weekend. Can't wait. Biev versus BK Friday. I think you unblocked me, by the way, so I'll start promoting it. You guys have a great day. Don't forget to get your book it, Beat the Streak play in. All right. It's a new month. Let's get a fresh streak going. My first play got voided. I faded Ronaldo, and he didn't. All right, there we go. W board review.
I think I'm 0-2. Yeah,
you're probably 0-2. Let's have a friendly wager. Let's talk off stream, but you and I, who has the most wins in the month of August on Beat the Streak. That'll be fun.
Sure.
All right. See you guys. Have a great day. Did I hit? Did this end? I clicked end stream and it's not doing anything, but sometimes it takes a minute. Loser shaves head. That's funny. No, it didn't end. Okay, thank you. Hold on.